I'm excited. Super. I was gonna wear color, but then I'm like, oh, I wear a turtleneck.
We made it.
And it's your girl Mina Mendoza, little girl, big personality, queen of spice. We in the building today. We in the building, and we got extra special spicy guests with us. We got Marv, the producer. Can I get a hand clap?
It's the U button on the keyboard.
Oh my God!
That's good too, though.
Right,
That's good too.
That's a good one. Oh my God! We got Marv, the producer.
You can tell that I'm not working right now.
It's all right though. It's all right. We're the support
But
is
Anton's
here.
doing his thing.
We got Marv, the producer. Marv, how are you feeling?
I'm feeling Mondo righteous right now.
You're feeling Mondo righteous?
Mondo righteous. How you
Yes, I feel good.
Yeah.
It feels a little different to be filming on a Sunday. But as you guys know, this is a Friendsgiving special. We're going to be interviewing Marv. We're doing this today because Mina Mendoza is on a Thursday. Thursday is Thanksgiving. And everybody's going to be with their families. So we're doing this today.
Amen.
Making it happen.
Amen.
So before we actually go too much into it, Marv, the producer, were there any other names that you feel like you call yourself?
Oh, I get the questions that she asks the Raptors.
Yes. Like what do you call yourself? Like AKA?
Well, I used to say my name was Marvin McQueen.
Marvin McQueen.
When Facebook first started.
Wasn't that on your ID for high school?
Everything.
Right?
Everything.
That was real?
No, I photoshopped that.
You got to send me that picture.
I have it, yeah.
Okay, lit. Okay.
But that was because in the beginning, like when the internet, I was like, yo, you're not supposed to use your real name on the internet. So I just picked a cool last name. And Steve McQueen is one of my favorite actors.
Okay.
Steve McQueen is dope. The king of cool. If you guys don't know who Steve McQueen is.
Yes.
And then I went by Gnarly Marv because I was like in a Bob Marley phase. And I called myself Gnarly Marley on Facebook. And then my one friend hit me up and was like, "You're not smoking enough weed to be Gnarly Marley."
I'm dead.
Damn, son. Where'd you find this?
If you use the word gnarly, I feel like you have to
be a big weed
You have to
guy.
be part of the
I
cannabis
smoked
culture
weed.
for sure.
Yeah, I smoked weed, but I wasn't as big as like that.
Yeah.
So I just was like, all right, I'm gonna stay with Gnarly Marv then. That way, it's not a Bob Marley reference.
Okay.
So and then I was Gnarly Marv for like forever.
Mondo Marv?
No, Gnarly with a G. The G
I was
is
just saying
silent.
like another one. Would you ever call yourself Mondo Marv?
Mondo Marv? Yeah, I mean.
Because you use that word all the time.
Yeah, because, I don't want to curse a lot on the internet. Not against doing it, but it's just not me. I like being a little more classy.
Yeah.
And thoughtful with my words. So, I just found substitutes that I like. And Mondo is like from the Ninja Turtles. Michelangelo used to say it all the time. And then Vegeta said it on Dragon Ball Z.
He did?
Yeah. Yeah.
How did he say it?
He said it like sarcastically because Krillin was like, "Oh, that's Mondo cool," and then Vegeta was like, "Mondo cool indeed."
Yo, I don't believe you. I feel like that's some episode on Newgrounds. Anybody who knows what Newgrounds is, shout out to my millennials.
Yeah.
Does Newgrounds still exist?
Yeah, it does, but it's not like as popular. You can just watch it on YouTube.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. So now we're with Marv, the producer.
Yeah, which is new, which is recent, like this year.
Okay.
Yeah, just to kind of lean more into like the podcasting world, because I want my name to kind of make sense for what I do.
Yeah.
Like Gnarly Marv doesn't sound like this guy owns a podcast studio,
He owns a dispensary. That's what he owns. He owns a dispensary. That would be actually a dope dispensary name.
Yeah, Gnarly Marv. Yeah, I
Get
guess
the Gnarly
so.
Marv discount.
Yeah.
5 for 5. Nah.
Yeah, bingo.
So, okay. We're going to start this really cool. First, let's do a little toast. Little toasty toast.
Salute.
We're drinking apple juice. Just saying.
It is Thanksgiving.
Okay. So, I want to know, like, when did you know that you wanted to do something? Because like, what would you say this business is called? Like your business? I know it's a
It's
podcast.
called Bravery Studios.
Yes, and we're gonna get into that. I want to start with the beginning of your journey first.
Okay.
So when did you know you wanted to do something in the entertainment business? Like how old are you? Where were you? What were you doing? I want to be there.
So entertainment business in general, I always wanted to make movies since I was like in high school. Actually, even before that. So yeah, like I always wanted to make movies. That was my dream, like growing up.
What's your favorite movie?
I don't have a favorite. I have too many. Like it would be like a criminal to like pick only one.
Okay.
But Fight Club is definitely like the most up there.
Okay.
And like people say it's a red flag if you meet somebody that their favorite movie is Fight Club. That's a very toxic masculine movie.
It is.
I explained that to Squirrel the other day too. But I actually look at it as like a cautionary tale, like what you could become if you lean too far into your beliefs.
Okay.
That's what I think of Fight Club. But yeah, that's like the first movie that I saw that it made you actually have to think. You had to think about what you're watching. You couldn't just watch it. Like you got to like finish it and then go home and then like think like, whoa, what did I just watch?
Facts.
And I like that. I like movies that made you think. And I was like 9 years old watching it. That movie came out in 1999. I was 9 years old. I had to walk away thinking like, what did I just watch?
That's cool. So you were like, it's almost like, what would you say, like shock culture? Culture shock?
It has shock value. I wouldn't say culture shock, yes. But I didn't, every 10 years of my life, I reinterpret the movie. Like as a high school kid, I looked at it as a symbol of rebellion. Like, all right, I'm going to be against the system. Like, he said in the movie, Brad Pitt's my favorite actor too, by the way. He said in the movie, the things you own end up owning you. So like all my life, I had this belief that I had to not own anything because no matter what, you become enslaved by your possessions, your property. You become enslaved by it. So I never wanted to own anything. And then when I became 20 and after watching it like a million times, because I've seen it a million times, I reinterpreted it as like it's kind of like a cautionary tale. Like, hey, because in the end of the movie, he reverts back to becoming the narrator, which is who he was in the beginning of the movie. It's a lot. So if you haven't seen Fight Club, watch it. But yeah, it's a warning. It's a warning to men. It's a warning to men to be careful about leaning too far into your beliefs.
Okay.
That's what I interpret it as.
That's a cool perspective. I like that.
Yeah.
Okay, so Fight Club.
Yeah.
You knew from the beginning because you wanted to film.
Mm-hmm.
So, podcasting. When you think of like, I guess.
Can you hear my gulping?
Okay. When you think of like
Damn son, where'd you find this?
So when you think of pioneers in the podcast business, like in the beginning, what made you think like, okay, now we know we want to do entertainment, like film, all that. When did it go into the avenue of podcasts?
So I was in college and
what college?
I was in Bergen.
Shout out to Bergen.
I went to the same time as you.
We all love Bergen. We all love Bergen.
So I went to Bergen, and
I think it's called the Bergen bid.
Yeah, I was there. Yo, I gotta tell you a little parentheses on this story. Scooter invited me to his radio production class a couple days ago.
That's awesome.
And they interviewed me over there. It was surreal being in Bergen again.
That's cool.
I think his professor was my professor from back in the day.
Did he remember you?
No.
Oh shit.
I don't know. I don't even remember him. I think that's the guy. I don't know. He looked a little bit different, so I don't know.
COVID.
But it was surreal. It was surreal. Scooter invited me over there.
That's awesome though.
Yeah. They have like equipment from like the 70s that they use in there.
Yeah.
Not a bad thing. You can still learn with it. So still shout out to Bergen. It was fun being there.
Bergen.
But your question was what? What was the question again?
So when did you decide? Well, who do you feel like are the pioneers of podcasting? Like, what was the first podcast you saw, and when did you tell yourself like I, like not necessarily want to do that, but I want to create a business that could provide that?
Okay, so the first podcast that I ever watched was Drink Champs, and I watched it. I didn't listen to it.
Drink Champs. That's the one where like the rappers get drunk, right? Right?
To put it plainly and simple, right?
That's what
yeah,
they do.
it is.
Get fucking twisted.
But how you call it? I didn't watch it for that. I watched it for like the hip hop stories. It has a lot of rich history of hip hop. Like, did you know that Nori, you know that song where in the chorus he goes what? So he was doing that every time he went to the studio, and that was his technique for getting on beat. Because every time he would fall off beat, he would just say that like, "Whoa," try to match up the beat.
Okay.
But after the millionth time going to the studio, he finally goes to Pharrell's studio to record Super Thug. And then he was doing it again. And then like they finished the lyrics, the verses, and then Pharrell and him like, all right, let's take a break. So then Nori came back to do the chorus because they always do the chorus last.
Yeah.
And Pharrell told him, nah, you don't need a chorus. We already got it.
Yo, that's kind of like disrespectful, but cool in a way. It's
That's
just like,
amazing.
yo, that's what I'm saying. But it's like you could take it bad or take it good, but it ended up working out, so it's great.
Yo, he was going to the studio since the moment he became a rapper until that point.
Yeah.
No other producer had ever had the thought to think, yo, that could be a great hook.
Yeah.
Pharrell was the genius, the first person to be like, oh, wait, what is he doing in the booth right now? Like, that could be the hook right there. We don't even need a hook. Imagine.
Yo, but was it Pharrell or his partner? Who was it though?
Oh, I don't know the actual. I think it was Pharrell.
Really?
I think he dealt with Pharrell more than the other guy.
I feel like, not that I feel, but I heard that what were they called?
Nerd or
Nerd, N-E-R-D.
Yeah, N-E-R-D or the Neptunes as beat makers. Yeah.
I heard that it was really the other guy that was doing most of the work, and Pharrell was mostly the face.
You know, they say that about every team of duo of creators. There's always one doing the work and one is just like the spokesperson. Like they say that about Stan Lee because none of the superheroes Stan Lee made are his own creation by himself. It's always Stan Lee and Steve Ditko or Stan Lee and Jack Kirby.
So what did Stan Lee do? I know who he is.
He wrote comic books. He was a comic writer, but people say that, all right, you didn't really write it. There was the other guy who probably did it, and you just were the face, the ambassador.
Okay.
But yeah, I don't subscribe to those thoughts because like, no matter what, even if it was just a spokesperson, you are part of the legacy and the story. And plus, I don't think rappers would just be like, yeah, Pharrell made this, and then it's really the other guy. Like,
yeah.
He's dealt with so many people. One person would have came out already and like 100% said it. You know how Meek Mill's played Drake that one time. It was like, yeah, he don't even write his own songs. Like that would have came out already from a viable source if that was really the case.
So we saw Drink Champs.
Yeah.
That's your favorite podcast.
Still to this day, actually. To this day, still, yeah.
And you told yourself, like, I could do this.
No.
Not yet.
No.
Okay.
So what it was?
Provide the service first to do that.
No.
Okay.
No, I didn't create the idea of having a podcast studio or even a radio station.
So then okay, so before anybody knows, Marv owns Bravery Studios. So that's what we're trying to build up to the story. So I want to know, like, how did we get here? Like, what was your first step into the business where it's like, oh shit, I'm going to start doing this?
I was in college, and I got a studio for me to do like a YouTube channel, like a video game YouTube channel. It was called Villainy Games, right?
Yes.
And then I needed help paying the rent for it. It was 500 beans a month.
Okay.
And back then I was like 21, 22. I needed help paying for it. So my friend was doing a radio station at his house. A radio station like over the internet. It was called Speak Your Mind Radio.
Speak Your Mind.
Shout out to Juan Perez. He's the creator of the podcast studio. Even though it wasn't called Bravery Studios at first. It was called Speak Your Mind Radio. So me and him had that room together. Then we had individual spaces on the island in Patterson.
Okay.
You know where Alfano
I remember
Furniture?
that. Yeah.
You went there
off
one
the
time.
bridge.
Yeah, exactly. So we had individual rooms. Then the owner didn't like us. We were young. We were having too much fun there.
Damn.
So he told us we got to leave.
What'd you guys do?
Everything.
Oh my God. I think I saw the video where you guys are chasing ghosts.
Clowns.
Killer clowns.
2016 was
Killer
clown.
clowns. Is that still on
2016,
YouTube?
yeah, it's still there.
Yo, look up Villainy Games. Killer
Villainy
Clown.
Games,
Villainy,
yeah.
Villainy,
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 yeah,
right?
yeah.
Villainy Games,
Villainy,
Killer
yeah.
Clowns. Yeah, I was like, yo, what's going on? yo, that shit was wild, but it was funny.
Yeah,
It was funny. It was like quirky content.
Yeah.
Like,
it was like
yeah.
Workaholics. It was like all those other YouTube comedian shows, like everything like that.
It was dope though. I loved it.
Yeah, no, not to discredit it, but it was fun. That was the fun years when it wasn't business.
Okay.
But we got kicked off the island.
Okay.
Juan came to me and said, yo, we should team up to find another space and just become business partners since we're working together. We already shared a space.
Yeah.
Let's do that. So we teamed up. I became part of the podcast studio that he already owned.
Okay.
Speak Your Mind Radio. I became his business partner.
Okay.
And I added the video elements because I had more experience with visual content creation.
Mm-hmm.
So that was how we teamed up. After a couple years, we were in Clifton for a couple years,
Yeah.
the building that Bravery Studios used to be in. And in 2019, like the end of 2018, he said he didn't want to do it anymore. It wasn't making money, so
Your
he was
partner?
like, yeah, Juan, the creator of Bravery
So
Studios.
he just straight up come up to you and like was like, "That's it."
Well, the signs were there already, like that he wasn't happy. Like he would never come to the studio happy. He wouldn't be there. He wouldn't show up that often, and we weren't making money, so it made sense. Like I didn't knock it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I was all in already. I was like, I'm not going back
can't
to
stop.
regular life. Yeah.
Okay.
I had already left my job. I gave up everything.
Yeah.
My car, my apartment, everything. I gave it all up.
Wow.
So I was all in.
He's like, I don't own nothing.
Yeah,
Fight Club.
I was still kind of in that thought
Yes.
process. Yeah,
That's what I'm thinking about
I still
right
kind
now.
of feel that way too. I still kind
Yeah?
of don't like owning things.
Okay.
Except for like the studio. I
Who
regret
owns
not
it?
having more stuff
What do
for
you
the
do? Put
studio.
Steve's name? Yeah, put Steve's name.
Nah, legally I am 100% owner of Bravery Studios.
Good.
But yeah, so Juan was not happy. He
Mm-hmm.
kind of said, I'm just gonna leave. And he said, you could have the studio. You could just have it or whatever.
Gave it to you?
Yeah, he pretty much said you could have complete ownership.
Like
I mean, there
you
was no
run it.
paperwork involved. So it was just handshakes.
Wow.
It was a handshake, and it was like, yeah, I'm done with this. I'm out.
That's crazy.
But he did come back months later and ask for like all the equipment back. And I was like, I had to
Wait,
give it to
time
him.
out.
Yeah.
For real?
Yeah.
Like he just was like, first, so how long was he gone?
Not to put dirt on his name. He's a good guy. He's a creative genius.
Yeah.
He came up with this whole thing.
Yeah.
But he fair enough. Everything was his. I didn't have a job, like I said. I had nothing to invest. I just knew how to control everything.
Yeah.
So he just said, "Yo, I am gonna take back my investment, my equipment." So at first I was like, "You got to be kidding me!" Like
I would start crying. I'm so serious. I would start because I'm like, what do I do?
What more do you want
For real,
from
what
me?
more do you want? I filmed 2,000 episodes already. Like, yo, it's like I would feel like a
we
panic
had a
attack.
lot of clients too. We started
Oh
getting
my
a lot
God.
of clients.
Okay,
We started making money.
Bring me in. What did you do?
So I talked to my mentor. I was like, "Yo, can he legally do this?" And he was like, "Yo, you don't have no paperwork. What do you think?" Like, yeah, he could do that. You know what I'm saying? So I had to give him everything back. I talked to my clients. Shout out to Matt, the Dragon, or Lovely Important Nonsense podcast. Jack. Shout out to Joe from Therapy Without a Degree. I spoke to all my clients, and Joe had equipment at home already because he was already podcasting at his house.
Yeah.
So he let me use his microphones. Jack and Matt brought a lot of the equipment. He said, "Yo, just take it from my monthly subscription."
Yeah.
Because they were already paying me a monthly fee.
Yeah.
So they were like, "I'm gonna buy the equipment for you, Marv, and just deduct it from whatever you charge me every month."
That's fair.
And they just did it, and then that's how the business survived.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing because I
Yeah.
feel like that's like such a great like support system because it's
I
like
love those guys. Yeah.
because it's like I was just thinking in my head like what did you do? You know what I mean? Like you still have clients, you still have
Yeah.
shows that you have to film, and luckily the whole village came together.
Exactly.
That's dope.
Exactly.
That's beautiful. That's a
Those
beautiful story.
guys have my heart, like for sure.
So who came up with the name Bravery Studios?
I came up with it, but I let him choose it because he was the main creator. So I came up with like 3 names,
What are they?
and I knew he was gonna pick Bravery Studios because whenever someone hands you something with 3 choices, there's one that they know you're gonna pick. It's just that they want to look like you put they want to make it look like you put the extra effort. Like, wow, this guy came up with 3 ideas.
Yeah.
But the other 2 ideas, he might not have like put too much effort into them. There's one that he like will sell you the most.
Yeah.
So
What were the names?
It was American Graffiti Studios.
American Graffiti.
Because of there's like a George Lucas movie. Yeah, Frank Lucas. That's wild that I said that.
Drug dealer. Drug dealer.
Matt's over there like Frank Lucas.
Yo, facts.
But so American Graffiti Studios, which was too edgy. We weren't gonna pick that anyway.
Yeah.
And then it was the I was gonna say I think it was called the Brave Podcast Company, which is like very like 1920s. You know how they used to be like, this is the Mills Farming Company.
I
like,
was thinking
companies
that.
like that back in the day had that kind of name, and I love
Bell Atlantic.
I love
It's like I thought,
the
remember
phone
it?
company. Yeah, they would have the word company in their company name.
Yeah.
So I thought that was cool.
Tiffany and Company.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
I wouldn't even be mad if he had picked that one, but I knew he wasn't gonna pick it.
Yeah.
So then I put Bravery Studios, and yeah, he went with that.
I mean, that's the nicest out of all.
Yeah.
I thought the company one is nice, but then I'm thinking like, damn, that's a lot of words for merch.
And on the URL,
Yeah.
the www.bravepodcastcompany, yeah, it would have been a lot.
I like it. Okay, so you chose. Well, you came up with the name Bravery, but your partner at the time
He picked
chose
it.
it.
Because the name Speak Your Mind Radio, it was Speak, then YA, the word radio.
Okay.
I was like, yo, this kind of, not for nothing, this kind of has too much of an urban feel. And not that there's anything wrong with a more urban feeling studio, but I wanted a name that encompasses everybody, because I don't want just
Something
rappers
more
recording
Switzerland.
here. Exactly. Something more neutral. I don't want just rappers here. I don't want just military people here. I don't want just church people. I want a studio that encompasses everybody.
I want aliens. Nah.
I do want aliens here.
That'd be dope.
If we get, yo, Antoine, you record aliens? Would you be down for that?
Wait,
Yeah.
time out, Marv.
Yeah, he'd be down.
We're gonna go back to the story, but if okay, say you go to sleep tonight, right?
And the aliens sign up for a
No,
membership.
not even alien. You wake
We already got
up.
Matt Zaytoon in the other
Hold on,
room.
time out. And an alien
like this
just
close to it.
comes, like an alien wakes you up. What would you do? Would you kill it or would you try to talk to it?
If an alien wakes me up,
Yeah, like tonight.
if a cockroach wakes me up, I'm gonna go into like panic mode and attack.
I know, but like,
No, but that's what I'm saying. Like,
but you
anything,
just wake up and it's not
another
even
human-
talking to you. It's like talking to you through your mind. Hi, Marv.
If another even human wakes me up in the middle of the night, it's like panic mode.
Ah.
Like, how did you get? There's like so many questions. Like, how did you get in my house? Why are you here? Why would you wake me up? Because
You can't move.
I
Yo, you can call
where are these
Steve.
extra stipulations coming from?
My thought process is like, would you want to kill it or would you want to be friends with it? You're an
just told
Aquarius.
you.
You're a social sign.
I don't know about the zodiac jazz, but
I'm just saying.
I think anything wakes me up and it's a problem.
Okay.
I took a day nap one time and Steve woke me up and I told him never ever do that again. Do not wake me up when I'm sleeping.
Has that ever been done again?
No, he never did.
Yo,
yeah, never.
He's
But
like, yo, he's been sleeping for 5 hours. What should I do?
No, I never sleep that
Scooter,
long.
what do I do? What do I do?
if Scooter was to wake me up, it'd be the last day he works here.
I'm done.
Yeah, it would be the last day.
Oh, no.
But no, nobody wakes me up anymore.
Okay.
But yeah, to answer your question, if an alien wakes me up in the night, I would attack it. Yeah, I mean, being paralyzed. If I was being paralyzed, then maybe
Bienvenidos al programa número 1 y demás. Bien.
Okay. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
it's gonna be very off the cuff today. I'm
It's
not
all
doing
good.
this show.
It's all good. It's all good.
That's probably Matt over there pressing
Yo,
buttons.
for real bad. Stop touching shit. It's like, feel like I'm talking to my kid. Yo, stop touching shit. It's like, yo, I'm dead. So, okay. So,
You want to check the check-in? I feel like people were talking over there.
yes. Sorry, I was into the story. I wanted to be there
So we
for
left
you.
off. We left off in the aliens.
The aliens.
Yeah.
Okay, so who do we got in the check-in? Crapola. All right, shout out to Jason Enrique, first class, second place.
Shout out to Jay.
The two goats. Ew, let's go. Shout out to Amanda, Santa
Oh,
Squad.
you didn't say my best friend Amanda. This is the first
my
time.
best friend Amanda.
That's the first time I didn't
I
hear
think
her
I
say
said
that.
it like 8 times today that I feel.
So you have a limit. What's the number? What's
I
the
don't
limit?
know.
Is it 7?
I don't know.
It's 8.
Amanders, I love you. Yo, shout out to Nadine, other
Shout out to
shorty from the
Nadine. Yeah,
Santa
Santa
and also
Squad.
shout out to Will White,
We got Will in the house.
freaking amazing guitarist,
My Wolfpack
artist,
brother.
model, burlesque dancer.
Yeah.
Like he's
Burlesque?
That's how you say it, burlesque, right?
I think it's
don't
just
want to call him a
burlesque.
stripper.
I think it's just burlesque.
Burlesque,
Yeah.
burlesque dancer.
Shout out to Burlesque though. That's if I didn't even Bravery Studios, we should go with Burlesque Studios.
Burlesque Studios.
That would have been a good name too.
I'm dead.
That would have been a great name.
Okay, so Bravery Studios. Can you tell me who was your first podcast?
That I signed up because
Yeah.
Juan had people here before I joined.
No, you. This is the Marvin interview.
The the first podcast that I signed up was
Yes.
It Is Girls Next Door.
Lit.
And
they're still with you,
they're still
right?
here to this day, 3 years
Beautiful.
later. I
Loyalty.
love those girls.
Loyalty.
Earlier today, I was at a video shoot for their new intro that they're making.
Oh.
And I seen those girls blossom. Like I seen them become women here.
You feel like they're your little sisters?
100,000,000 Mondo%.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, I love those girls.
That's beautiful.
I remember we held auditions. It was Jada and another girl named Chami. And Chami decided to quit. And I felt like Jada went through what I went through with the whole business, like with a partner quitting on you. So I can relate a lot to her story. And I'm telling you, she was 20 when she started the podcast. She's 23 going on 24 now. And I feel like a proud dad, like watching
Aw,
her. Yeah.
Tito
Yeah, I'm so proud
has
of
her
her.
picture on the fridge.
Yeah.
You
yeah.
should have the picture on the fridges.
Yeah.
That's so
Well,
cool.
I
But
have
you
her
gotta get the
logo.
magnets. You gotta get the magnets. The little ABC magnets.
Yeah.
Super old school.
Yeah,
Nostalgia.
yeah. I love Jada. Like
That's beautiful.
like we check in with each other. Like she calls me weekly about something. There's always something to talk about.
Oh man.
Yeah. And we held auditions for her teammates when Chami left. And it was cool. Like all these girls. It was like American Idol. Like
I was thinking more like, you ever saw Bring It On?
No.
What?
No.
With Kristen Dunst. Bring It On.
Okay.
Mister. Like, yo, Bring
No.
It On. Kristen
The cheerleader
Dunst.
movie. I've seen like in passing. I don't watch a lot of chick flicks, to be honest with you.
classic.
I know, but I don't watch a lot of chick
Okay,
flicks.
then I can't say the joke. But if anybody ever see Bring It On, there's the scene like, be aggressive. Be. Okay, that's like the vibes I got.
Okay.
I'm going to play that back for you.
For the
I
Ellis
got you.
girls, you got that vibe?
No, from holding auditions.
Oh.
For the partner.
Oh, okay.
Because, all right, never mind. It's going to go with the movie. I'm going to make a
Yeah.
reel on it. It will make perfect sense.
Got you.
How did that feel, picking an audition person? Like, did you feel like the other people were so
It was
nervous?
weird because a lot of people came in to like kind of steal her away. Like they were like, "Yo, why do you podcast here? Like we should make our own studio.
What?
Like, we could start." Yeah, like people.
I'd be like, yo, get out. Get out.
No, I didn't kick. I heard them out, and they were like propositioning her like in front of me, and I'm like, wow, this is wild. Like people are just like like a guy showed up, and we specifically said we were looking for girls, and the guy was saying like, yo,
I am a girl.
I will.
Let me stop.
That would be crazy.
Me pasé. All right.
But he would be like, yo, I can sponsor your podcast. Like people were coming in with different objectives.
That's not cool.
And then then we found Rissy and Yanni. I love both of them. And then we found another girl named Tu, but I said pick extra girls because I know some of them are going to quit.
Yeah.
Already having experience with people quitting on you.
Oh, shit. I sorry.
Already having experience with people quitting on you, I kind of was like, yo, just get extra people because you never know.
Backups.
Backups, yeah, exactly.
Not the backups.
And then
yo.
they did quit. They did. The other one of them did quit. The extra girl, the one who was specifically picked to be extra, she actually quit.
Why? What'd you do?
I don't know. Nothing. She only lasted one episode and she quit. Because like
Maybe it just wasn't for her.
She didn't fit in well. Like you could tell like the chemistry wasn't there. Yeah.
Well, at least E for effort. They tried. You know.
Well, the new girls are still there. The extra girl, I told her pick 4 and probably 2 of them are gonna stay, and that's exactly what happened.
Okay.
So I always pick like extra people when I'm like building a team.
As you should.
Yeah.
I do it with my business. I'm like, because people are gonna quit. People
You
are gonna
exactly.
get sick, and you just want to be prepared for it. It's like, oh, I quit. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Tanya, thank you.
Yeah.
Come back.
Yeah,
Come back.
bingo. But then like a month later they're at the VMAs like interviewing people on the red carpet.
That's awesome.
In Newark. It was
That's
beautiful.
amazing.
I told the girls, I was like, hey, listen, Yanni and Rissy, like we picked you out of a group of like 30 girls. We think you two are the best.
Yeah.
And it really was like 10. So I was like dishonest.
Let me hype it a bit.
But
that's still a lot. That's a lot.
yeah,
That's a
but
lot.
either way, it worked out like so good. Like they became like a sisterhood, like a tribe after like that.
That's amazing.
I love those girls. Yeah.
So who was your second podcast?
My second podcast that I personally signed up was the Goodfellas podcast. The Goodfellas. They just finished recording before you got here.
Really?
I think you caught them walking out the door.
How did they find you, or you found them?
They found me through Slim, which is the painter that you know from the other building.
Okay.
Slim brought one of the team members by my
Gaddafi?
studio. Yeah,
Oh.
it's Gaddafi. And they saw the studio and they loved it. And they just said, all right, we're going to record here.
That's beautiful.
And they've been here 3 years also.
Okay.
The next one was if that's in this question, is Friday Super with Malcolm and DX. And all
Yeah,
that.
and shout out to Friday Super, just because my girl Shania on it,
She's
and
on
Malcolm
it too,
too.
yeah.
Malcolm's cool. Everybody on that show, I feel like is cool. I feel like any show that has to do with like nostalgia is like right up my alley. I love nostalgia. I could live in nostalgia. If I could live in the '90s, I would again.
You did live in the 90s.
I did, but like go back, you know,
You
like
can go back to the 90s?
like
okay, time out on storytelling mode, but if you went back to the 90s right now, you would be miserable.
why?
No iPhone, no YouTube, no instant access, watching TV and having to watch commercials, not being able to pick what you watch next. Like Nickelodeon would be like, I like this show, but I don't like this show.
That's true.
You would hate it.
But
you
you
would
know
hate
what?
it. You're thinking back with rose tinted glasses.
I feel like, I know that sounds wild, but like I feel like I was very social before. that I feel like
You're not social?
I know I am social now.
She has a podcast.
Pero, coño.
She has a
Pero,
podcast.
stop. Entonces,
She doesn't talk to people. She invites people on her show and doesn't talk to them.
Yo, leave me alone, bitch. So, yo.
This is how she does interviews. She sits in a corner.
Just stop. You're giving me Sia vibes. You know that singer? You know what I'm talking about, Sia?
Why are you're antisocial? Why are you talking to me?
No, listen to me. I would love to go back to that time.
You would hate it.
I loved TV on that time. I feel like it was super classic.
No,
Even the
but
infomercials.
If you didn't have what you had today, yes, it would be beautiful. But going from what we have now with like TikTok, where instant gratification and instant dopamine drops every 10 seconds, like, yo, going back to back then where like you got to sit through commercials. You can't pick what you watch. You got to go to TV Guide to know where the shows are and everything. You would hate it.
So if we had to think of like early influencers, then would you say Tom Green was like an influencer?
Yeah, 100%.
Right?
And he's one of the pioneers of podcast. He got Joe Rogan into podcasting.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
He had Joe Rogan on his talk show. They didn't use the word podcast.
What did they use? Talk show.
Talk show.
Really?
And he had Joe Rogan as a guest, and Joe Rogan was like, yo, this is dope. Like, you guys can just talk about anything and there's no time limit because you're doing it from your house. Like, this is dope. And Tom Green was like, yeah, like, listen, without the restraints of like a TV production studio, time restraints, censorship. There's no censorship because it's in your house. You're recording it. Like, yeah, like Tom Green is a pioneer of podcasting 100%.
I used to watch the Tom Green show.
Tom Green was awesome for his time. He was very of that moment.
That's
the
me.
year 2000. He's that moment in time.
I mean, I wouldn't. I don't think he was like late 90s. No,
it might have been late 90s, early 2000s. Yeah.
But I feel like he was definitely that type of person that like it's just like whoa, like is this even really happening on TV? Remember he put the video of his parents having sex on TV.
Yeah.
Yo, it's like how did you do that?
He's one of those people that I think came too early. Like if he was just popped today on YouTube, he would be bigger than what he was now back then. Just like I think Macho Man Randy Savage, if he had a YouTube channel of him playing video games and him with all his quotes and his personality, like, yo, he would be in his attire, like he would kill the internet.
Let's get your best Macho Man Randy Savage voice right now.
No, I'm not. Wait till we get to the end when there's a couple more drinks.
All right. Well, let's not forget that though.
Make a note over there.
Make a little note.
Antoine,
Randy Savage moment.
What more do you want from me?
To get the sounds right.
I know
Now, let me stop. I'm sorry, Antoine.
Matt's back there like with his head low. I know he's pressing buttons.
Yeah, I'm dead. He's like, let me put it lower.
Literally told him not to do that, but I love the guy. He's lucky I love him.
I'm dead. Let's look at the check-in right now. I do see some like activities, some faces in here. All right, what's going on? Oh, okay. Well, White just confirming. He was like, much spice, all the spice. And yeah, Amanda's still in here in the check-in. Love
you said
it.
not my best friend Amanda again.
I did. Stop it.
I think because I put pressure on you.
You did.
I did, right?
You did.
Imagine you never say it again your whole life.
No, that can't happen. That can't happen.
It's like a biblical prophecy.
That can't happen. Okay, Bravery Studios. We got the podcast setting up. So when you did this, were you still in Clifton?
When I did what?
Like this moment right here, signing the Illest Girls Next Door, Friday Super.
Yeah, it was in Clifton.
Goodfellas, still
Yeah,
Clifton.
still Clifton.
What year did you come to the studio where we're at now? And if you could tell the viewers the address,
70 Outwater Lane in Garfield. Shout out to the field. I am your adopted son. I love Garfield now.
Garfield.
I never ever really gave this city much thought or anything, but I love it here. The parks, the people.
Right.
The guys that hang out outside of 7-Eleven every night.
Shout out to the Godfather. Shout out to
Uncle
Uncle
the
Billy.
Godfather. Shout out to everybody in this. I'm gonna talk to all of you. Everybody in Garfield is gonna come to Bravery Studios one day.
That's awesome.
At the same time, it's gonna be like a fire hazard.
Garfield party.
Garf part.
Garfield.
Garf part.
We're gonna serve lasagna.
Yeah.
He's Garfield.
Yeah, that's what I used to think of when I used to hear about Garfield.
Everybody
like when
does.
you moved to Garfield and you told me, I was like, Garfield, the cat?
You're not the only one. People didn't even know that this town existed. When I said that to my friends, they were like, "So you moved to Pennsylvania?" I'm like, "Nah."
I would have thought you
in
moved to the
Jersey.
moon. I didn't know what Garfield. I was like, Garfield. What the hell is that?
So what made you choose this location?
So, we had the panini in 2020, the great panini.
He's not talking about the food. He's
And
talking about the pandemic.
So we were like, I was recording everybody over Zoom, all the podcasts. There was 20 podcasts. I was recording all of them over Zoom.
Really?
Yeah. And then we got through the worst of it without any issue. Then we got back to functioning almost like at 75%. And in the meantime, I'm speaking to the owner of the building. Like, one of my podcasts, I can't say which one, brought the building that we were in, the Clifton building. Like, $1 million dropped, boom. I bought the building where you are. So I was like, oh, this is awesome. Now we have one of our own that owns the building. Like, we're on Gravy Street. You know what I mean? Like, this is the most Mondo thing ever. So I'm negotiating with him to take over more space. You know that whole side we were on? I wanted the entirety of it. I was like, yo, give us the entirety of this floor and whatever. And, your podcast is pretty much free then. You give me this whole floor. So I could build like 10 podcast rooms and everything, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So he emailed me back and he was like, oh, actually, I'm kicking you out. My own client. Yeah. Yeah. So
you take your fucking equipment. And then, yo, what do you do? Send you an email? Like, yo.
No, I just was like, oh, damn. I thought we were going to get better benefits because you're my client. Right? And
I would be like, yo, this can't be life right now.
No, I knew it was going to be great.
Okay.
Particularly because from the experience in Patterson, from the experience of my first business partner leaving, whenever there's like this humongous loss, it's always like another door. The whole cheesy, corny prophecy of like life, like where everything, the door closes, the door opens.
Yeah.
I was like, this is going to be dope because this is going to force me to adopt and come out my comfort zone and find another space. So that's exactly what happened. Like, I was like, all right, well, you kicked me out. I invested like $40,000 into this building already. How about you give that back to me? And, then I can go anywhere. So then I can get out of your hair right. Because remember, we're still in the panini. So like with the great panini happening, he couldn't just take me to court and like say, hey.
First of all, you weren't even going to go to court for like 8 months later.
I would have got there today.
Yo,
like,
facts.
oh, here's your case.
Facts.
I would have got there
what?
today.
What?
So I was like, you're going to have to give me my money that I invested into the building.
Get my money.
So I can go find another place. If not, I'm just gonna sit here and chill because you can't do anything about it.
Yeah.
And mind you, he's still my client, so I have to walk a thin line because he was a high paying client. If he could buy a building, then he could definitely afford to pay more than the usual client, right? Not that I charged him more because he was a high end client, but he just wanted more services.
Yeah.
Right. So he's like, all right, cool. After like 10 conversations, he was like, all right, cool. Here's the money that you invested. Now just find somewhere to go. So there's a groundskeeper in the other building in Clifton. His name is Glenn. I used to get into arguments with him all the time, but he also was like a fatherly figure to me because he taught me the game about the buildings, like how to buy a building, how to maintain a space, how to run pretty much a brick and mortar. Because one thing is running a business.
What's a brick and mortar?
A brick and mortar is a physical location. Like where we are now is a brick and mortar, as opposed to, let's say you're running your business at your house.
Yeah. Or
doing it online only. Brick and mortar is literally describing what the building is made out of. It's made of brick, and mortar is that piece, the glue the white part between bricks.
Okay.
That's
I'm learning so much.
Thanks, Matt.
Learning so much.
So yeah, that's a brick and mortar, a physical location. Like Prototype is a brick and mortar. The Clifton building is a brick and mortar. So yeah, all these things, any physical business, even Best Buy or GameStop. The opposite of a brick and mortar is like Shein or what is it called? That clothing thing, Casanova. Fashion Nova.
Yo, he did not say Casanova.
It's for women. I don't know the.
You're not funny.
I don't know the name.
You
of
got
it
it right, Fashion Nova.
Yeah, Fashion Nova.
Yeah.
That's the opposite of a brick and mortar.
Okay.
It's online only. There's not a physical, tangible location.
Yeah.
So Glenn taught me the game for finding buildings. You go to like LoopNet. You find the square footage. He taught me how to look at how much a price of a square foot is. He taught me that about like retail versus industrial versus commercial. Like, not for nothing, Glenn, I don't give him enough credit. I don't talk about him enough. But the man taught me how to do this thing, like the building game. You know, because he has buildings everywhere.
Nice.
And he's a humble guy. Like, shout out to Glenn. I actually
Glenn.
do think of him as like a fatherly figure, even though I gave him hell in that other building.
When was the last time you spoke to Glenn?
Like 2 days ago.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I still talk to him.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, Glenn taught me the game for real.
That's amazing.
Yeah, like learning about like square footage, learning how to know like what you can get off on your landlord, like what you can get away with. He reviewed my lease. I'd never looked at a lease before. I didn't know. Had no idea.
So much lettering. It's like
so much wording.
Ugh.
Glenn was like, "All right, we're gonna sit down." Oh, he's an Italian guy. He was like, "Listen,
I love this shit."
He's like, "Look, this, and this." You could tell him, make sure he's in charge of the HVAC. That HVAC is the number one.
Yeah, that's actually a good
killer,
thing. Yeah.
Yeah, he taught me.
You're smart for doing that
No,
because
he's
HVAC
smart
problems,
for teaching me. Yeah.
Well, you're smart for listening to him.
Yeah.
So, like, because HVAC, even HVAC in a house, that shit is like
It's nightmare fuel.
It'd be like, you want some fit? What is it? That
I don't
they
even
would
like
say?
summers anymore.
Freon.
Yeah.
And then the next, you got like a $300-$400 bill. I'm like, what for? Fucking
I don't even
Freon?
like
What the fuck
summers
is
anymore
Freon?
because I learned that in the summer you spend so much money, and then you also lose clients.
So much Freon. That's what they use the Freon.
You spend so much on air in the cold air because hot air is like baby food. Like I could give hot air away to the homeless people in Tibet. Like I could warm all of them with my hot air.
I'm done.
But like cold air, like forget about it. The price difference is mondo enormous. Like it's crazy. But yeah, shout out to Glenn for teaching me all that kind of
So
stuff.
Glenn taught you how to hold down a building.
Yeah.
So how did you find this building?
He found it.
He found it for you. He was like, yo, Marv, this is perfect for you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he found it.
So you get into this studio. What do you feel like what was your first challenges?
My first challenge.
Because now you're on your own.
My first challenge coming here was getting everything here, like getting a U-Haul.
I was here for a little bit of that. I remember, one thing I could say.
You weren't here for enough of it.
Marv,
for sure.
not enough, but I was here for the little bit that I was. I could definitely say Marv was super hands-on with his business. He had a hammer and nails.
Yeah, that's
like
all it took.
Everything.
That's all it took.
You're dead. But no, for real, like I feel like every time I saw you, you were just building something, and then it would be another thing and another thing and another thing. So you were definitely like super hands-on.
So these walls, the 4 walls around us, and every wall perpendicular to it, I built with my own hands, my own 2 hands. Bravery Studios, the reason you see wood everywhere in Bravery Studios and the logo has wood is because I have like a carpentry background, and thank God for that, because anything you see in here, I built with my blood, my tears, my love, my anger, all of my sorrow went into every single dry wood, splinter,
Let me feel your hands.
glass,
Give me your hand.
all of it. This is
Why are they so soft?
You know, it's
This
crazy.
is hard work?
Yeah, it's hard
my
work,
God.
right? Like if you see something nailed to a wall, I did that jazz. If you see a drop ceiling, I did that jazz. Like the carpet, the
air, everything.
Nah, I didn't create air, but forget about it. Like if there's some jazz in your seats hanging from anywhere, you point at it. That's my blood, sweat, and tears into every single pore of this wall, of these crevices, like all of it. Like this is my baby. Like I will freaking bleed for it.
Oh,
like 100%,
As
and
you
happily,
should.
and
It's
happily,
your business.
and happily. Like you know how much I save and like not having to get a contractor, not like that glass in that wall right there. Like just imagine all that jazz. Like I will do it again, and I'll do it happily.
I was here when you were putting the lining of it, but from the other
The trim.
side, not here.
Yeah, the trim.
The other side.
Yeah,
I remember
the
that.
molding is the correct
Crown
term. Yeah.
molding.
No, that's for teeth.
No, isn't that for a house too?
Crown molding is for a
Crown
house.
molding?
Antoine, check in. He's like, I don't know what y'all.
Crown
I don't know what you guys
molding.
are talking about.
I used
That's
to
for
watch-
teeth, right?
Crown molding.
It sounds like it's for teeth.
Really?
Somebody write in the check-in. I think
Yo,
that's for
Matt,
teeth.
what's crown molding? Can crown molding be for a house too? I think it's for a house as well.
House, wait.
Wow, disrespectful.
But yeah, that's another thing. Like what Glenn taught me how to do it. He's like, because he was like, I was like, yo, I'm gonna build the wall.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna build it to this space. And he was like, well, you could do that, but you got to really think about how much of the space is generating income. Like, all right, if I extend this wall another couple feet, and how much of the space am I actually using that's going to bring in income? Like this room could have been smaller, right? But what is the limits, and how much less money could I make in this space if it wasn't as big as it is?
Yeah.
You know, like just the thoughts like that. That's where what Glenn told me, like a lot.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Shout out to Glenn.
Yeah.
Also,
yeah.
shout out to Cloud9. I see you in the check-in. We got Cloud9 in the check-in giving us respect. Remember Cloud9?
I remember Cloud9.
Cloud9.
Yeah,
Do you remember
Cloud9.
his story about that rapper guy that came into? Because if you guys remember, check out that episode. Cloud9, cool rapper from Jersey, dope. He works at a strip club as a DJ.
That's right. Yeah.
And
yeah.
the rapper was like, "Yo, play my song, play my song." And I think like if you have to play a song, you have to pay money, and he didn't pay it. But for some reason, the song ended up in the loop, and he played the song. And remember, he was just like, "Yo," he took it off. He was like, "Yo, that shit was trash."
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right.
Like in a
That's
whole
right.
strip club. Imagine you get your song requested, get it put on. People are listening and they go, "Yo, that shit's
Yeah, like
trash."
holy jazz. Like what?
Yo,
what
who put
happened?
this on? I always
Yeah.
remember that story. I was like, "Yo, you're spicy." That's
Yeah,
cool.
Yeah.
But shout out to Cloud9. Thank you for checking in. You know, we in the building. Hope you like the new room
Yeah.
and all the vibes.
Yeah.
So Bravery Studios, you built this with your hands, everything.
Love, anger, and sorrow.
Love, anger, the passion is there.
Yeah.
So my question to you, Marv, is like, where do you see Bravery Studios in the future? Like, where would you want it to be?
I want it to be a whole entire building. I don't want just a floor.
A whole entire
And
building.
So the art factory definitely was a big influence in my life in Patterson, right? Like I saw what it was, like a community
Yeah.
of artists and painters and singers and rappers and everybody in one hub place. It was like its own city inside of a city,
Yeah.
right? And then it became like, all right, you know, they're making money off of weddings now, and that became like the whole business is honestly more like the wedding factory now. With nothing against it, like
That sounds crazy.
like me and Squirrel had a whole conversation about it. He was like, well, you know, it's not his responsibility to provide artists
Yeah.
a home. You know what I mean? Like,
Facts.
you got to do it for yourselves too. And I get that completely. But I wanted to build that. I want an entire building. Like, I can't take a building if I can only have one floor. It has to be 5 stories. And, you know, one floor is like, hey, this is the podcasting space. The base floor has to be like a brewery where Will can play like songs every night. This is not even a joke. Like, I'm like that ass. Like that's the dream,
Okay.
right? That's a dream. Like Will's playing, Matt's working the bar, Steve is doing management duty or whatever. Like Anton's doing cartwheels for money or whatever. Like
I'm dead.
like. And then like the second floor has to be like art studios. Like, hey, I'm an eyelash technician, but I don't have enough money to get a brick and mortar.
Mm-hmm.
So you rent them a room where they can get their business started, because a lot of people can't take that risk of like, let me get a whole retail space and like rent it out, where it's like retail is crazy square footage price. Like in 2020, a retail space where you're getting like $20 a square foot. Right, and that's just like mondo bonkers. Like imagine paying that when you just got started in eyelash tech. No, you want to test it out, but you can't test it in your house.
Yeah.
You can't bring all these strangers just into your apartment with your kids, your family, all that jazz,
That's scary.
right?
First of all, that's a recipe of getting robbed.
Bingo.
That's the first thing I think about. I'm like, yo, I leave my house. People know I have expensive shit in my house now. I'd be
Bingo.
like, yo, this is not my house. Yo, what's that picture on the wall? That's nobody. It's like, who is that? Nah, I can't do that. I see what you're saying, Marv. And like,
so
honestly,
they all need somewhere to start.
it's a risk.
Exactly.
It's a big risk.
So you provide a space where small businesses can get started and eventually
Yeah.
grow to the point where they can say, all right, now I have my 30 clients. I can move into a brick and mortar with security because I have already a steady amount of clients that are going to generate all the income for me, right? But you need an art factory. You need somewhere where you can go, like, to just test out, like, hey, my business is going to survive because I've built the clientele, the name, the reputation. Like, if it wasn't for like an art factory or like the Island in Patterson or the place in Clifton, there wouldn't be Bravery Studios, because I would never have been able to afford all of this without building my 20 clients first.
So it's like a hodgepodge.
It's a hodgepodge. Yeah, you're sharing the space with other businesses, and yeah, you're gonna bump heads. Like I bumped heads with Slim. I bumped heads with everybody else around me all the time.
I mean, who doesn't bump heads?
But
It's family.
it's a community, exactly. Like there's parts and times where like I was like pissed, and there's parts and times where I'm like, I love being part of this community. But that's family. That's every family, you know. So I want to build a location like that for artists to start their business, or even small entrepreneurs to start. And like I said, have different levels, and every floor is just a different thing going on. Brewery on the first floor, space for art rentals on the second floor, podcasting on the third, and on the fourth floor I'll probably just live there, honestly. Because I don't,
my palace.
yeah, just right on top, like a freaking Howard Hughes in a hotel, like just locked up watching the old movies.
Love Howard Hughes. Love that.
Yeah.
I love this. Okay, I'm like literally picturing this building in my head, and I'm like, yeah, that shit is fucking dope. It's just.
It has to be in
dope.
Patterson too.
I would love
Which
that.
prototype kind of
on Garrett Mountain. You're gonna get the castle.
Yeah, that would be
You're gonna
dope.
get the
Imagine.
castle. I was actually there today.
I cry going to prototype because I'm like, yo, they kind of have already gotten there to the punch. You know what I mean?
Shout out to prototype.
So like,
too.
if that existed like 10 years ago, I 100% that's where I would be.
Yeah.
100%. I love that place.
Well,
I go to prototype weekly and fight this guy in Kirby, and he always beats me.
Also, before we forget, guys, we have a contest going on right now. So the contest is this: we have to. How many views you want this video to get?
Okay. So the thing is, Matt changed the rules last minute.
Yeah, I'm like, could you guys?
It was
both...
supposed to be anything more than 500 views because Matt Zaytoon's interview with you has 500 views.
Okay.
Right. So I was like, all right, let me get 600, and then like we went. But now he said, whichever video, mine or his, by Christmas Day, whoever has the most views wins. Mm-hmm. Right. So. That's the game. You want to tell us the stipulations?
So this is the stipulation. So whoever wins, obviously wins. But whoever loses has to actually shave their beard live
on Marv in the morning.
On Marv in the morning on Christmas Day.
On Christmas Day.
You're filming on Christmas Day?
Always, every day. Yeah.
All right. Cool. So that's what's going to happen. Is it going to be Matt? I'm going to put a picture of Matt on the reel, like, or is it going to be Marv? And you guys cannot shave the beard. The bigger, the better.
Yeah, well, no, I can't do that. I can't grow more than what I have now.
Okay.
Yeah, but I will. It would be painful to get rid of the little that I have. He's got more than me.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
But mine is a statement. His is just like he's like into the wild with Hershey Mill or whatever his name was. Emil Hirsch.
Cheeks when she goes into hibernation.
Yeah.
Remember that episode?
Yeah, she was like a golem.
She was hairy.
Yeah.
They like shaved her fur to make clothes.
But yeah, we'll do it live.
You're gonna take Matt's hair and make a sweater.
Word.
Yeah.
They're in the cold.
I'm dead.
For my life.
Yeah.
All right. So eventually you would love to own the whole building. Mm-hmm. Okay. So
I told my landlord I wanted to buy this building off of him. He laughed at me.
Where's he at now?
He's still here.
Oh,
I
was like, no,
mean, he's still my landlord.
My bad. All right, so
what did you mean by that question?
No, I'm sorry, landlord.
He's not dead.
Don't comfort me. Don't
I've only been
me.
here a year. Like, he didn't pass away or anything.
Don't cover me. All right, I need to ask you this.
Okay.
Oosh, I feel little. Okay.
The thing is, this is not gonna work now anymore.
Why?
Because if you hand me that and that's the spicy card, what I'm gonna say is exactly what I just said to you 5 minutes ago about owning a building, and that's exactly what I would do with that card.
Okay, so say you didn't have a podcast studio. Let's switch
I'd
it.
say I'm not who I am right now.
Exactly, you're not.
Say
who
I'm
you
a
are
whole
right now.
different person.
A whole different person.
Okay.
No mustache.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
I'm giving you this card. What would Marv be doing if he didn't own Bravery Studios? And I gave him a Spice card that is equivalent to an American Express Platinum Titanium card. What would you be doing? You have no limit. 24 hours.
Okay.
You can create. You can make another dream come true. Was there ever? Okay, so this is where we get deeper.
Okay.
Was there ever another dream? You're a dreamer. Was there ever another dream?
Was there ever another dream? I mean, I still want to make film, which I'm going to do. Me and Matt are still, but I could do that without this though. So I can't say that.
Well, you could get any actor you want with that. You wanted Brad Pitt. Brad Pitt's your favorite actor. You get him.
But the thing is about like hiring like big name actors and stuff like that. That shouldn't be like the goal, right? It's about getting like the best actor you can get at the time.
Get Brad Pitt, chilling in Patterson. That's That would be phenomenal.
Yeah. No,
But just him, he's the only superstar.
If it's really me making a movie, it's really about like getting like local. Like my dream movie right now.
Black Jesus.
No, but yeah, it would be a Black Jesus in it, but. But the movie's not called Black Jesus. My dream movie right now is a remake of Jesus Christ Superstar.
Ah, why did I say it like that? Damn, I'm
Black
sorry.
Jesus is a Adult Swim show. It's actually called Black. Right? It's called just Black Jesus, right?
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's on Adult Swim.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, and that show's funny as hell too.
I don't watch
but
it.
No, I would remake Jesus Christ Superstar with an all colored cast, right?
Dominican.
Yeah, it could be Dominican.
Yeah.
I want Will to play Jesus. I want Rashad to play Judas.
Who's Steve?
I don't know.
I always
Pontius
gotta
Pilate.
add Steve to everything.
Steve could be Pontius Pilate.
Why? Oh wait, that's the guy that was like, oh, we gotta kill him, but he's a good guy. Like,
I don't know if there was ever somebody that said that.
Yeah, that's what. No, time out.
Okay.
Time out.
We went to Catholic school together, by the way.
We did. So we're gonna
and
go.
she did not pass.
Yo, stop.
She was like,
Yo, don't say it. You can't say it, no.
Okay, listen.
No, you can't.
One day in history, in the Miss Hyman's class,
Miss Hyman, out of all
Miss
names.
Hyman's name, Miss Hyman, Mina was like, oh, we were talking about Greek gods, right? And Miss Hyman was describing how Zeus used to cheat on all his wives and stuff like that. And Mina was like, yo, so like, was like Athena like cool with Zeus, like, you know, jerking off everywhere? She said this in like
really
sixth
did.
grade to the
I really
teacher.
did. I was mad serious. I just like I wasn't. It was those
She
moments.
didn't know you didn't know what it meant.
No, I
you
didn't.
didn't know what jerking off meant.
Because you guys were saying it all the time.
No,
Yes, you were.
not you. No,
You're like,
I did
you're
not
a jerk off.
Oh, maybe like that.
Yes,
okay.
and I think that's where I
Okay.
got it from. So I was so innocent
You were
minded.
repeating what you heard on TV. I did not teach her what jerking off was.
No one taught me. I just thought it was cool. I thought it was a cool word, and I used it, and it was so wrong. I was like, so like,
Yo.
I don't even know exactly what I said, but I said it, and I remember she just looked at me and was concerned. She talked to me after class.
She talked to you after class?
She did, 'cause she was
Oh,
concerned.
my
She was like,
God.
what's happening at home? I was just like, nothing.
She was gonna call diapers on you because
She
you said
was.
jerking off at school.
I was. Bro, I was in 5th grade. How old are we in 5th grade?
10 years
12?
old.
No, sir.
No.
12.
We figured this out the other day.
13, that age. I just didn't know. It wasn't like I was saying it to be nasty or to
She's
be
like-
funny.
she's like,
I
"Why
just
is-
said it.
Why is Athena okay with Zeus jerking off everywhere?
Yo, I'm in 5th fucking grade. Yo, I was like wild. That shit was wild. But good fucking times. And just how Marv said, we actually knew each other since 5th grade. And you know what's
Yeah.
crazy? Like, I always remember you and how you came in. Like, you were so different. First of all, you had the roly-poly book bags. Remember the roly-poly book bags? Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do.
I have no idea.
Yo, it's those airport baggage book bags where you had
It
to
was
like
a book
push
bag
it.
with wheels.
Yeah.
I don't know why she called it the roly poly.
You had that book bag.
It was
And
like a
Marv,
luggage.
you used to sit in your desk, and I think this was like, we were all into WWF at that time.
Everyone on the planet was.
And you were like, you were really into Steve Austin. And I remember.
Say his name again?
Stone Cold Steve Austin. Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Okay.
And I remember you sat down at your desk mad proper. Yo, this is Marv. Yo, can we put a close up on me? This is me setting up my desk in the morning. You have like your stuff.
We're in Catholic school.
Yo,
We're in
facts. We're in
uniforms.
Catholic school. Yo, he takes this Stone Cold Steve Austin hat. Mind this, Stone Cold is known for drinking beer, all this shit. Yo, he grabs the orange and green camo hat and just there.
What do you mean there?
You put it on top of your desk.
And that's weird to you? Like,
No, it wasn't weird. It was just different because nobody was doing that.
No one
it
put
was like
their-
you decorated your area. And I was just like, why is
Yeah.
he doing that? I'm gonna go
So
talk
why
to
is he
him.
putting a hat on his desk? He could put it in the closet. and
It
hang
was just
up.
no, like you made it a statement to have, but you even have hats like that in your desk in your office.
Yeah, to this day.
So that's what I'm saying. That's what stood out, and it's cool that you still do it to this day. I always remember that. You
I was in a
always put
Catholic
yourself
school uniform with a Stone Cold Steve Austin hat, camouflage one.
cameras on some deer hunt shit.
So yeah,
I always remember that.
yeah.
And it was just crazy. I feel like we were in a Catholic school in Patterson. That Catholic school was cool, but like honestly, it was
Ratchet. It was ratchet.
ratchet. I feel bad for any teacher that went in an interview there. Like I wonder how like they sold that job.
How they sold the job.
Yeah, like you know what I mean? Because you gotta apply for those jobs. So it's just like I feel like
We made our teacher quit. He only did 1 year.
Mr. Hardy.
Yeah.
Mr. Hardy quit and Miss Presco got fired.
Yeah.
Yo, these were teachers that I had back to back with Marvin in class.
Yeah.
Yo, it was anybody. What was our class? 08 will be high school.
That's high school. No,
High
we were there
school.
2001. Remember, it was 9/11
Yep.
happened.
Me and Marvin there for
Yeah,
9/11.
Law and Order for the 9/11.
Yo, I'm
that fits
That's for the
perfectly, Matt.
conspiracists. That's for the conspiracy.
Shout out to Matt with the sound effect.
shout
He
out
knows how to pick the
Matt
sounds over
coming
there.
through. But I
That's
always
exactly
remember
what
that.
happened in the sky. They played that sound. That,
Yo, I still remember when that happened. What did you think was happening? Because I thought that there was I didn't know what was happening. They weren't showing us the videos. We didn't see the videos.
so
I know kids were getting picked up in school, and I was like, damn, my parents don't love me. They left me there.
I only remember when Miss Hyman came in the room and told Miss Preckle.
Yes. She,
They
like,
were
rushed in here,
Yeah,
like-
yeah, whispered in the ear, and he dragged her to the classroom.
Yo,
This is
all we learned was religion that
This
day.
is September 11th, so it was like only the second week of school.
Yep.
But we were already bad as hell.
Super bad.
And all I remember is that she told us what was happening in the world, and we just went back to being badass kids. Like, we didn't
real.
even care.
I didn't care, and then I felt bad when I went home. I remember it wasn't until I went home, because I guess we were too young to see those videos.
We were laughing like a lot. We
were.
didn't care. We didn't
We
care.
laughed at it.
Yeah.
But when I
was
get-
like, oh, look at Miss Preckle crying over
Yo,
here.
for real, our teacher
Second
was
week
crying,
of school, like, what
and we
this-
were not supporting her.
I was like, get it together, woman.
Yo, for real.
Damn.
I remember though, I went home and I saw it. I was like, wow.
I stood on the corner of my block. I was living in Prospect Park on North 8th, and right on the corner there was four men just standing there looking. And I'm walking to the store, and I walk over, and I looked at what they're looking at right there on, because North 8th is all the way up the hill. I stood right there, all next to all these grown men who, and not speaking. They weren't speaking to each other. They were just staring.
Yeah.
I'm sitting right next to them, and they're looking in the direction of the Twin Towers. You can see the smoke in the sky, because Project Park is so high up that you can see the city's skyline from there.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh shit, man, I'm over here being bad in school, and the fucking world is ending.
Yeah, I thought the same
You
thing
know?
because I laughed.
Yeah.
I was laughing. I think we
Yeah.
all laughed.
We
We
were
just
like
did
10 years
not
old.
take it
We were
serious.
10 years old.
But God bless our souls.
Yeah.
But okay, so me and Marv knew each other since 5th grade. We grew up in a Catholic school.
You
in
laughed
Patterson.
at everything.
I really did.
Yo, I could say like the word pudding, and she'd be doing backflips, laughing like. Oh.
You know what it is?
I used to think I was the funniest person on earth. Like, really? Like, I used to think I was like the funniest person on earth.
You remember Jason?
You used to. I'd be like, yo,
Look
Mina.
at Jason's face.
I was like, oh, Mina, look at Jason. And he'd just be doing his work like normal. And like, she would just die. Like, she'd fall out her chair, like laughing.
I
Like,
used to get in trouble for
I
laughing
know.
at you.
You used to laugh
Oh
at.
my God.
I really, you made me feel like I was like Carson, like I was like the funniest guy on earth. Like, cause I was like, damn, I'm the fucking
so
funniest
funny.
guy. Like, holy crap. I made this girl do freaking cartwheels in the parking lot off of one joke. Like,
I'm dead.
and I wasn't even that funny. You just laughed at everything.
I think it's just like because you were different. It was like
Yeah.
you were different. Everybody was just trying to be like cool, funny, and you were just like just weird, funny. And I guess that's what clicked to me.
Weird
I was like,
funny?
yeah, not like weird funny, but like
Weird
it's
how?
quirky funny.
Quirky?
Like you know what I mean? We grew up in Patterson, so when people were like funny, it was more like you were making fun of someone's mom or like some crazy
Yeah.
shit. And it's like you weren't doing that. Then I always remember that time you fucking called Jason's like doing his work and shit. You're like, Jason, he was like, It was that moment. I was like, oh my God. Like, yo, it was just funny.
You know what's funny
It
about
was
Jason?
fucking funny.
Yo, he went to high school and ended up getting jacked. And I think it was because we used to make fun of him so much. And I was like, damn, we did that. Like, yo.
I'm dead.
He probably was like going home, like looking in the mirror.
Dito.
Like, what's wrong with me?
Why do you keep calling my name? Yo, that was so mean. We would call his name and laugh at his face. Like, how you do that? Yo, just laugh.
They would call that bullying. Like, we would get like canceled and stuff. Like, it would be bad.
Yeah, that was bad.
Yo, not gonna lie. Like, my friend went to high school with him. Like, he showed up, like, and he had traps. Like, you know what traps are?
Yes,
you know
of
that
course.
muscle? Like, yo, he was jacked.
He was on steroids?
I don't know.
Maybe.
Man.
He needs some milk.
He needed some
He
milk.
needs some milk.
But I was like, yo, we did that to him. Like, we
Yo,
laughed at
I'm
him so
dead.
much.
I didn't do that to him. I just supported you.
You were the loudest laugh.
Yo,
Like,
because I couldn't hold it. I got
he
a
was
dumbass
laughing
laugh.
so hard. And like, yeah, he was.
It was
You did that.
crazy.
You made him do steroids.
All right, now I need to know. Okay, if you could think of the most funniest moment in your life that maybe you think of on a bad day, what would that moment be?
Probably the ketchup thing with your cousin,
Oh my
honestly.
God, if you want to share that on camera, what the hell you did, you asshole.
Well, I already said it on Marv in the morning,
You did.
but yeah, I loosened up the ketchup. You know the nozzle, the bottle, because there was only one nozzle ketchup thing in the lunchroom.
Mm-hmm.
So I loosened it up, and then I went back to the table to sit down. Her cousin came right after me, and turned it over and squeezed the bottle, and all the ketchup just went all over her plate.
That was terrible.
Yeah.
The whole lunch.
But she knew it was me somehow. I don't know how she knew it was me.
Because nobody did shit like that until you came to our school. Like, no one did things like that. So I just remember, like, nobody was doing stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like, I can definitely say when you came to Our Lady of Lourdes, it was more of, like, quirky funny. I don't know how to explain it. Like, people
Like
were
Eddie
funny.
Murphy?
Yeah. It's kind of like, I don't know how to explain it. It's just, people were funny before, but it was almost like, mean, hurt your feelings, a lot of your mama jokes. It was never like just being stupid funny. Like super, like, I guess, angelic. Like you didn't, like meaning you didn't have to do something crazy like perverted or crazy like cursing. Like you never really cursed.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I just felt like it was very innocent funny to me.
It was like mischievous, I'd say.
Mischief. Like he was the
mischievous.
Lord of Misrule. That's what Marv
Like,
was.
you ever watch Recess?
Yeah, you were the guy
I
with
love
the
that
freaking
guy with the hat backwards,
the flight and stuff. You were
Yeah.
definitely that guy.
Yeah.
Definitely. Okay, so now I gotta ask you, if you had to pick 5 cartoons that basically were part of your upbringing, you know, and even maybe that you might still watch today, what would those be?
It's hard to say because it would be. I feel like it would be too like the common answers. Like definitely Dragon Ball Z.
Okay.
It would probably be like all anime.
All anime.
I think so. Even though I love like Johnny Bravo, Dexter, all that stuff, but I have like tattoos of like anime stuff like all over me. Like the G Gundam.
Yeah.
Whenever I say like my love, my anger, all my sorrow, that's a G Gundam like line quote. Yeah, like the main character. He had this move. It's gonna sound stupid to you, but
What?
don't.
Say it.
It's called Shiny Fingers.
Shiny Fingers. Yo, there's an anime, Shiny Fingers, my love.
No, that's not the name of. That's not the name of the anime. That's the name of
Rare
his.
fingers.
You know how Goku has Kamehameha?
Yeah.
Domon has shiny
He's like,
fingers.
what is he going to say? Okay. No? Maybe not. Okay. What does he say? He says
He
something.
says shiny fingers. His hand starts glowing, and then like he like would just like sprint at you and like grab your head and crush it. But like they weren't giant robots or whatever. But
Okay.
yeah, G Gundam.
Okay.
I love G Gundam. Like I have the tattoo of it of the crest. Then like Big O.
Big O's another cartoon or another character in the
It's
cartoon?
an anime.
Okay,
Yeah, it's
Big
another
O.
anime. He's classy guy, like suave as jazz, right? Super suave. Mondo suave. Like, yo, this guy he was like a negotiator. So you would have a kidnapping, and he's the guy you'd call to negotiate the terms. But he also had like a giant robot that came out of the street. Like if negotiations went bad, and every episode negotiations went super bad, like Mondo bad. He would have to summon his giant robot called the Big O, and to solve like the problem or whatever. And it was kind of like Batman mixed with giant robots, mixed with kaiju, giant monsters.
Intense.
And detective work, because even though he was a negotiator, he also had a like detective, like
a spy.
figure out the situation.
Okay.
And he wouldn't use guns. Like he had like a butler, like Alfred, but he had like an eye patch.
What?
And he had a robot girl sidekick.
Okay.
Big O is crazy. You actually would love it because the style
It's
of
called
it.
Big O.
The Big O.
The Big O.
Yeah.
Okay. So we got the Big O.
Yeah.
We got Dragon Ball Z. We got 3 more.
G Gundam. That's the one with Domo and Kashu. And then
2 more.
damn, what's the other 2? What would it be? What other tattoos do I have? Spider-Man the animated series.
Okay.
Spider-Man
I didn't even know Spider-Man had an anime series.
animated, not anime.
Oh, I was like, wait,
It was
what?
from the 90s.
Okay.
The Channel
The
5
Amazing Spider-Man?
No, that's the comic book. But
Okay.
the show is just called Spider-Man the Animated Series.
Okay.
So
I probably definitely watched it.
1,000%.
For sure.
1,000%.
Okay.
But what there was something like weird about early 90s cartoons where they started having like adult situations in them.
Yes.
That was like the cartoon where like Harry Osborn got like a drug addiction, or Aunt May was like on the verge of dying, or
Yeah.
like those things kind of happened. So like right at the end, like Spider-Man finally marries Mary Jane, like in the last season or whatever. And like he's finally happy, like yo, he finally caught a W.
Yeah.
Because you know he always catches L's all over the place.
For real.
And then like a couple episodes later, you find out that she's a clone, which you know it sounds stupid, right? Really, Austin Powers. But yo, they played it up so dramatically, like yo, the woman that I love, it's not even real. Like it was traumatizing, like
so
to watch
sad.
it. Yeah. So then he had to go like across dimensions to get her back. And the show ends with him like, all right, Madam Web's like, I'm gonna take you to find Mary Jane. And they never show it. It ends right there when he's like, all right, come on, let's go get Mary Jane now. And it ends. And it's like,
They should turn that into a movie.
yo, it was like actually heartbreaking, like to think about it. Cause like,
But
yo.
that's what makes good movies.
No, but listen, the thing about that show is like, when you're like a kid, you're like,
Yeah.
you feel like an outsider, like an outcast, even though you're probably really not. Like I was like popular in school, but I felt like an outsider. So I related with Spider-Man a lot because he was cool in the mass. Like everybody loves Spider-Man, but nobody really likes Peter Parker. So like how you said in school, like I was funny, I was popular, whatever. On the internal, Peter Parker, the Peter Parker Marv felt like, all right, I'm inadequate. I'm not normal. I'm weird. I'm quirky, like you said. So like Peter Parker catching a W and finally marrying Mary Jane was like, damn, like us guys, us weirdos, us nerds couldn't have happiness too eventually. But then when they pulled that back and was like, nope, she's not even real. I actually cried like watching that. Like yeah, like it was heartbreaking. Like I felt like damn, like no matter what, like we're never gonna get the full W. Like it's never there.
But now I'm curious, who cloned
It's
her?
such a deep, stupid story,
Yeah.
but as a kid, you know, you see something dramatic and it feels like the world,
Yeah.
but it's not really like that, right? And it just made it feel like, yo, no matter how close I want to get to like happiness, like the woman I love, the house I want, the everything, the dream,
Yeah.
someone's gonna take the rug and just be like, you know, pull it right from under you. Like no matter what. And that's what it felt like watching that as a kid. That's why I like felt like crying watching that, like honestly.
Wow.
Yeah, it was like heartbreaking.
You know what was heartbreaking for me for a cartoon? Remember Hey Arnold?
Of course, yeah.
Do you remember the episode where he tried to find his parents?
No, I don't actually remember that.
Shout out to all
I didn't even know he had
millennials.
parents. I thought it
They
was like only his grandparents.
No, they dug into that story. That like, cause that they were just like, oh, like where are Hey Arnold's parents? You know what I mean?
I mean, his name is Arnold. But
I know, but that's the thing. Like, yo, anybody who says that shit will say Hey Arnold, to the point where like, you remember Arthur?
Yeah,
I used to be like, hey, Arthur.
yeah.
Bing bong.
Just saying. That's what people, I said it like
Matt
that.
is like nailing the sound effects.
Seriously.
I think he's sabotaging the episode so I don't get more views than him. But
Antoine, what you doing?
no,
Yo.
that's Matt over there. Look, he has both hands up.
I'm dead.
No, but continue, yeah.
So yeah, there was an episode where it was there was actually two types of episode. I don't know if Nickelodeon had like some parental issues, but like I remember one episode it was Hey Arnold trying to find his mom and dad.
Yeah.
And it was like a wild story. Like his mom and dad were like explorers in Africa, like wild. And I still don't remember the ending to that. And another cartoon that was similar to that was Cat Dog. Remember the episode where Cat Dog was trying to find their mom and dad?
To be honest with you, I didn't watch Nickelodeon that much.
Damn, I did.
Yeah, I was not
did.
Nickelodeon kid. I was a Cartoon Network kid for sure.
I like Cartoon Network. Like I love the Powderpuff Girls.
Powder? You didn't love them enough to know their name.
Powerpuff Girls. Powerpuff Girls. Sorry, I butcher
Powerpuff.
names sometimes,
Yeah.
not on purpose. But Powerpuff Girls. It was just like so
When the wine
wild.
hits. You want to tap me off for another one?
Yes, I got you. So, yeah, Powerpuff Girls, Dexter's Laboratory was definitely dope. Cow and Chicken was my shit. I love Cow and Chicken.
You like the devil?
The devil was weird in Powerpuff Girls.
For them to have a devil,
That was wild.
On
A
a-
devil that was like female but male. Remember?
he was androgynous.
Yes.
He was androgynous.
He always spoke like, hey, we're gonna get
Oh no, you're thinking of
this
Powerpuff
dance."
Girls.
Yeah, there was a devil. There was
But
a red
on-
guy.
on-
Mojo Jojo, the red
But
guy.
on Cow and Chicken, there also was a devil.
Oh, that other guy that always
He
used
was
to show
naked.
his butt.
He was naked.
Yo, they used
100
to show butts
Yeah.
all the time.
Well, 90s had like gross. There was this whole era of gross humor, like on
That's true.
Yeah, and around those shows.
Cow and Chicken was the shit though. Remember
Cow and
his
Chicken was
parents
dope.
had no half body?
Yeah.
It was just
They
like
had no,
a whole
They had no
leg
upper
thing.
body. They had no upper body.
A whole leg thing type of
Yeah.
situation. All right. And you still have one cartoon left.
Wow, I forgot.
I remembered.
Okay, so if I was to pick another cartoon, I have
Gundam, Dragon Ball Z,
Dragon Ball Z, Big
the
O,
Big O,
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man, and that's we got one more.
What's the other one? What else do I have?
Maybe something that's not even anime. Like, what about Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood? I love
I get told like the Marv in the Morning Show is like Mr. Rogers.
It does give that vibe.
Yeah, but that wasn't the goal, like honestly. But
It was cool.
But no, if I was to be 100% on it, it would be like another anime. It would be like Full Metal Alchemist. Now, like that's a show about like brotherhood.
Full what?
Full Metal Alchemist.
Full Metal Alchemist.
Yeah.
Yo, these are some strong ass words for like cartoons and
Anime,
shit.
Japan, they
Yo,
like,
that
yeah.
ass, they make you smart.
What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do?
Make you vocabulary.
Yeah,
Like,
no,
yo.
because like, yo, think about it. Like, you grow up, you're watching Dexter, you're watching Arthur, all that jazz.
Yeah.
I don't know where you flip to Cartoon Network and there's people bleeding. There's people punching each other in the face.
So you were talking about Toonami.
Yeah,
Right?
like there
That was that.
like just think about that dynamic, right? Like, all right, here's like SpongeBob, and he's like, hey Patty, hey what's the girl's name? Whatever,
Patty?
Patrick, right? And then you flip over to Cartoon Network, and there's this guy with spiky hair, like getting punched in the face by this alien, and it's like, whoa. Like, yeah, like it was like crazy the difference between Japanese cartoons and American cartoons. Because Japanese cartoons are like for adults too.
Yeah.
In America, cartoons are only for kids.
Yeah.
But Fullmetal Alchemist hurt a lot because it was like about brotherhood, and it was like, I got two brothers, or I had two brothers. One of them passed away.
I'm sorry.
It's cool. And yeah, it was just like I'm my brother's keeper. That whole show was like that whole theme. Like I gotta. He did a something to bring their mother back to life that had passed away, and that show is about giving and taking. Like if I do something to try to bring my mother back to life, then I have to give something back in return. The laws of equivalent exchange.
Yes.
For every action, there's an opposite and positive reaction, right? A
Yes.
negative and positive reaction. And it cost him his leg and his arm, and it cost his brother his whole body. So the mother came back to life, but she wasn't really their mother because it was like, you're doing some voodoo, anti-cool, mondo, wicked jazz, right? Mm-hmm. And then but you still paid the price for doing that. So he put his brother in a suit of armor, and the whole goal of the show really, ultimately, is like to get his brother back in his normal human body. And like feeling that feeling that guilt of like, yo, I kind of almost killed my brother. Like, it was like deep. It was like they're kids, but they almost kind of killed themselves for a cause, and like it actually cost them so much. And the whole goal of it is like, I gotta like pay amends. I gotta make amends for what I did to my brother, and to, it's
deep.
Yeah,
Oh, shit.
yeah.
You were watching these type of cartoons as a child?
All the kids. I mean, you saw us in school. We were all drawing them, and like,
You definitely were. I saw the Dragon Ball Z eyes all the time. Those little slanted eyes.
Yeah.
With drawing the muscles and
Yeah.
shit. You're drawing Jason. No.
high school. I was drawing him before I knew he was gonna get
Jason's
built.
like, I need to be like this.
Yeah.
He needs some milk.
Jason drank a lot of milk in high
Bad
school.
milk.
Yeah,
So-
he would probably beat us up now, both of
fine.
us. Hello, Jasmine.
Nah, doggy. So I want to make this fun now. Okay.
Go for
So
it.
let's make it like a this or that type of situation.
Okay.
So, pizza or cheeseburger?
Pizza.
Pizza.
Easy.
Okay.
Easy.
Okay. So what's another one? I feel like I had them all in my head right now and I just brain farted. All right, pizza. All right, so freak. All right,
Yeah, freak.
rollerblade or skateboard?
Skateboard.
Skateboard.
Rollerblades hurt your ankles.
That's true because I always feel like one foot always bends into like your
Yeah.
foot. It caves in.
Yeah.
Okay, so obviously Cartoon Network or Nickelodeon.
Cartoon Network. Which is crazy 'cause I saw the episode with Joe, and Joe's like completely 100% Nickelodeon.
I love Nickelodeon.
And I was like, damn.
All
Also, before you start, rest in peace to Jason David Frank, the Green Ranger. He was a hero.
Yeah.
He was a hero to me, for
He
sure.
was the hottest one. He was the White Ranger, right?
He was the White and Green Ranger. He had swag. He had like that 90s,
He was hot.
ripping the sleeves
was hot.
look, and the ponytail.
I remember.
And like,
How did he die?
it's not confirmed, so I don't really want to say.
Because he was young.
I don't really want to say what they're
Happened?
saying. It might have been a suicide, but we don't know for sure.
Oh, wow.
But
Rest in peace to him and
yeah,
condolences.
but
to
he
his
was definitely a
family.
hero. He was a hero of mine for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's crazy. We
And-
grew up on that show. That show was
especially
super
him.
controversial.
My favorite color is green because of him. Like my whole life, green always been my color. Like if I see a woman wearing green, I might fall in love with her. Like,
I'm done.
like instantly. But he was like that dude. Like he was swaggy. They had giant robots. They had like their Megazords. And whenever the fight got so difficult they couldn't do it, they would get in the giant robot. So
I remember.
they did that to him. They were like, all right, because he was evil at first. I don't know if you remember. He started off as an evil Power Ranger.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, he was an evil Power Ranger.
didn't
So
watch that
Rita
show.
Repulsa wanted her own Power Ranger.
That was that female, right?
Yeah,
And she had like that
yeah.
thing.
She's a witch or a
Yeah,
space
yeah,
witch
yeah.
or whatever. She's like, I need an evil Power Ranger. Boom. So he's throwing the fate at all of them,
Mm-hmm.
all 5 of them. So they're like, all right, we need the Megazord. Boom, boom, boom. They summon it. They get inside of it. They combine all that jazz, right? So then he's like, all right, bet. He jumps inside of their Megazord. You know what it's like? They're like at the command stations controlling it.
Go tiger, go! And then it's like all these like
They're
different.
all like-
a whale comes from the ocean.
It's like it
a
looks
tiger
like
comes from Africa.
like a boat, like when they're at the command center of a boat and they're all like steering it. No monster had ever jumped inside and beat them up in their own robot. He actually jumped up and got inside the robot and beat them all up inside of their. It was the most gangster moment in all the television.
You gotta bring that back. You gotta bring that back now for him.
Yeah, yo. If anybody's ever, I gotta show you after we're done with the show. I'm gonna show
Please,
you
'cause I'm like, what the hell?
I think, they have Snoop Dogg videos. They have like the movie Juice. I think that was the most gangster moment in all of television history.
Really?
Nobody had ever done that to them. Like, yeah, we're safe now. We're in our giant robot.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, he went in there and beat them all up. It's like getting beat up in your car.
Yeah, that's funny.
Imagine you get in your car.
Yeah, that's funny.
And like, I'm gonna run you over. Boom. This person opens the passenger side door and starts beating
that's funny.
beating
That's
you up
funny.
in your own car.
Yo, that's mad funny. That'd be terrible.
Salute.
That'd be terrible.
Imagine
Cheers.
that. That's what he did to them.
All right. So I do want to touch upon some subjects because I'm like Friendsgiving. Let's talk about Thanksgiving a little bit. What's your favorite side?
Favorite what?
Thanksgiving side.
Side? Like what I get on the side of my food?
No, like, what's your favorite Thanksgiving side? Like, there's always like mashed potatoes. Obviously, we're Hispanic, so it's like arroz. Some people eat tamales. Some people don't even eat turkey on Thanksgiving. Some
I
people
don't eat
have
turkey on
pernil.
Thanksgiving.
Really?
No, not really. It's like
You
more
don't like
pernil.
turkey?
No, I love turkey.
I love turkey.
But it's whatever my family makes. I know. But there's this like Dominican dish called like I forgot what it's called, but it's almost like mango lasagna.
What?
Yeah, I'm gonna get crucified by a whole bunch of other Dominicans for getting the name wrong, but it has like mango on the top.
Okay.
It has like mango. Then it's like the
Oh shit.
the beef.
Yeah.
Then it's like the cheese, I think.
Yes.
And so I don't know. I forget the name, but that's definitely the best thing.
So we got a lot of love in the check-in right now.
Yeah, I was gonna
Super
tell you
love.
to go check it in
We
real
got
quick.
Captain Mance. Hi,
Oh,
y'all.
that's Erica. That's Erica from Queer Sipping Beers.
Erica! I did not know that
Did
was
you see her YouTube channel?
No.
Yo, she's kicking ass.
Really?
I love her style.
Captain Mance, I did not know this is
Yo,
who you were. Erica!
I envy her style with the fish
so
island.
cool.
Yeah.
So cool.
She's swaggy.
You're cool.
Erica is swaggy.
Erica, you're so cool.
Hella swaggy. Hella swaggy.
Cool. You and Jade. The
Yeah.
whole queer sipping beer community.
Yeah.
That's just fucking dope.
We're gonna
Yo,
make great things together,
That's
Erica.
fucking awesome.
Hella
Yo,
swaggy.
thank you, Erica,
And it's like,
for checking
like
in.
effortlessly too.
Super. All right. Thank you, Erica, for checking in. We also
Mondo.
got girls for .xyz. Beautiful girls here.
What do you gain from
What
that?
is that? Oh, that's the sex stuff. Yo, my bad. I didn't know what it was.
What more do you want?
Yo, can you block them in the chat?
Yo, how did they come in here?
Yeah, just
I've never seen that. I didn't know. Why? I didn't know.
just right click, you know the three dots by their name, and then put block, remove user from chat.
Yeah, I didn't know that. I didn't even know they could get in there. I thought they could just write comments on your
Let's just
video.
go. Let's just keep going.
All right,
ain't got the
I'm
answers,
dead.
man.
They
You
came
ain't
from
got the
Marvin.
answers.
Let's just keep
Came
just
from
keep
Marv.
going. Let's just
Yo, I'm dead. I said that with such seriousness.
Stop
too.
it. Get some help.
All right. What's a Thanksgiving day? Yo, I'm dead. What's a Thanksgiving?
did you finish the check-in? Is anybody else in there?
Yeah, it was
Besides like that
thing.
user?
Hey, yo!
Nah, so like we just got Erica supporting us all the
Okay,
way.
okay.
She's like the spam bots,
All right,
not the Law
yeah.
and Order soundbite. Yo, I didn't know, Erica. I'm
You
so
got
like
the-
innocent.
You have to make like one of the users a mod so they can block those bots.
That would be awesome. That'd be Amanda.
Yeah,
That'd be Amanda.
My best friend Amanda.
My best friend Amanda. All right, so what's a Thanksgiving dish that you could just don't care about? Mine is cranberry
Potato
sauce.
salad.
What?
I don't like mayonnaise. And potato salad always has mayonnaise.
You don't like Dominican potato salad?
No, and my family like gives me dirty looks when I don't eat it. Dirtiest looks.
Why you don't like mayonnaise? Why are you scared of it?
I never liked
What
mayonnaise.
mayonnaise did to you?
I never liked mayonnaise.
So if I put mayonnaise on all your doorknobs, will you open them?
we would go out of business. You wouldn't have a podcast tomorrow.
Yo, I'm dead.
You wouldn't have a podcast.
Oh no! Why are you so scared of mayonnaise?
Damn, son.
I'm not scared of it. I just don't like it.
But why?
Is there not a food you don't like?
I mean, I wouldn't say hate, but I don't think there's a food I.
I hate mayonnaise.
I don't
no.
like tripe. I don't like
I don't know. We know what that is.
like mondongo.
Mofongo?
Mondongo.
I don't know what that is.
It's like sheep stomach. It's like that. It's like weird. It's like I know it in Spanish as mondongo, but it's like it's weird. It's like the texture's chewy. You can't really bite. I don't like stuff that's chewy like
I don't
that.
know what that is.
But I don't like that. That's just weird. Just
Well,
because
that's how I
can't
feel
bite
about
into it.
mayonnaise. Then that's the same thing.
So how do you eat your chicken sandwiches?
Without mayonnaise?
With ketchup?
No, like on a chicken sandwich.
Yeah, like how would you eat it?
Like what? Like the chicken sandwich you get from like Popeyes or something?
Just chicken sandwich, chicken, lettuce, and bread. People who eat chicken
That's
sandwiches.
how you eat it. Chicken, lettuce, and
The
bread.
classic sauce on a chicken sandwich is mayonnaise. That's what makes the McChicken so famous at McDonald's.
The McChicken. But that's barely a chicken sandwich. That's like
No, but if you go to
It's like
every
slabs of
listen,
bread
if you
around
go
chicken.
to any like, tell me anyone that can argue with me. A chicken sandwich has mayonnaise on it, or if not, it has like spicy mayo.
Matt's getting excited over there.
I'm dead. I'm dead. Okay, don't like mayonnaise, so you could do without potato salad.
I could live my whole life and never see it again and wouldn't be full remorse.
Would you be able to tell if mayonnaise was on your sandwich?
You can't?
If I put like
So
a drop.
wait. With you asking me that, do you just put mayonnaise on your food just because it's like the standard?
No, I put
Or
it
do
on
you,
my
it
sandwiches.
changes the taste? It gives
Just
it,
sandwich.
But it changes the taste of it, right?
It gives it like a tartiness, like a tanginess.
Okay, so that tanginess is what what tells me, okay, I can't eat this because it has mayonnaise on it.
Okay. No
Shout
mayonnaise.
out to Will, man. Will's loving this episode.
Yo, for real.
Yeah.
No mayonnaise. Okay, so no mayonnaise, Marvin.
No mayo Marv.
No mayo, Marv.
Yeah.
No mayo, Marv. Okay, so do without potato salad.
Yeah.
And-
What about you though? What can you go without it? What's your favorite Thanksgiving side?
Favorite potato salad.
Wow.
I love potato salad. I love any type of potato salad. It just can't be dry, but it also can't be drenching in mayo. I don't love mayo that much.
Yeah.
It just has to be done right. I love macaroni salad. I'm that type of girl. Maybe because I grew up a little bit poor, but that was a poor
Potato
person
salad
meal.
is a poor person food?
Absolutely. Anything with mayonnaise is a poor person food.
What?
Yo,
Hold
it
up.
really is. Because
Where are
it's
you getting this
filling.
information from?
It's filling. Just how like anything with an egg is a poor person.
We need rich friends so we can
We need
test
rich
this
friends.
theory.
Rich people don't really eat mayo.
Anton, you rich over there, bro? Damn. You eat mayonnaise? He's poor, so he eats mayonnaise.
Yo, let me tell you something. Asian people love mayonnaise though. They take mayonnaise.
He's Pacific Islander.
No, I just know that people from, I don't know if it's Japan or China, but they take mayonnaise to another level where it's an actual sauce to dip your fries in. I can't do that.
It doesn't sound like another level. It sounds like
I just can't do that. Dip my
Dip my
fries. I can
fries
dip
in
it
it.
into pink sauce, but like just mayo, no.
pink sauce is mayo and ketchup, right?
But I love potato salad for like Thanksgiving. Oh
Yeah.
my fucking God. I don't know what it is. It's just like, it makes me feel like home and something that I could do without.
So you could be homeless, and then you could eat potato salad, and you could like
Yeah, I put strips
be
of chicken
happy.
in that shit, put steak
you
and
be
all
homeless
that.
eating potato salad, and you be like, yeah, I'm good.
I put lettuce. You can do so much things
The homeless
with potato
part, though,
salad. Potato salad
Yeah.
is amazing. Amazing.
okay.
Something that
nah.
I could do without just because I never had it during Thanksgiving. I mean, how are Thanksgiving for you and your family? I feel like when you see it on the movies and TV, how like families sit in a table and break bread, my family never did that. I never, and yo.
Does it hurt you? Do you feel remorse? Like you sound
Not-
like there's a little pain in your voice.
I mean, not hurtful.
You want to talk about it?
We can.
Let's talk about
Little
it.
bit.
Yeah, go for it.
I just feel like, I don't know if it's like that for Hispanic families,
Yeah.
but like normally when we have like Christmas, Thanksgiving,
Do you want like the
Easter,
movie Thanksgiving?
I would want.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to sit down, talk some shit, get
So
into
you know
an
what you gotta
argument.
do.
Start it.
Bingo.
Exactly. And I will.
With your family, yeah.
It's just I feel like it's always the food in the platters with the silver foil. Oh, ya está preparado. And everybody just goes in and people are just drinking in their corner. No one ever sits down and has a meal together. I've never had that before. It's crazy. I'm not even trying to give you
Well, you
guys
still
a sob
gather.
story.
The family still comes together.
Gathers, yeah,
So that
for a
means you
party,
have to.
though.
So that means you have to like initiate. You
I
gotta,
don't think
like,
we have a long table for my whole family to
No,
even
but that's
do
where
that.
you get the long table.
True.
You have
True.
to. You have to be the. If you want something, you gotta just do it.
I remember when I was young, I was like, why is it that we don't do that? And then like my mom was like, because we don't got enough chairs. So it was just like, it was always something.
It was only that. That
It
was
was
the
always
only
something.
factor.
Yeah, but then because like
You were
obvi-
stripped of your like childhood
super,
because of like
super
chairs,
stripped off of
chairs.
that. I never had that, Marv.
So that's what I'm saying. But it started like.
I would love to
Yeah,
start that.
start
I've
it.
never had like sit down.
I know a chair rental place.
No chair rental.
No,
place.
I'm being serious.
I know, me too. Did for my baby shower.
Yeah,
$1.25
I'll get you
a chair.
rental chair, and they give you a table,
Lit.
and you could do this.
I would love to.
And
Again,
you'd feel so good doing it too.
I
You
would.
feel so
I
really
live
good.
for that because it's like hosting the table,
It is.
conversations. It's beautiful. I live
It
for
is,
that.
yeah.
My family was just never about that.
Yeah.
But they are, I mean, love my family. No thing would get them. So that's why I say, like, you know how people bring the cranberry sauce? Like, I've never had cranberry sauce for Thanksgiving.
No, that's not a Spanish thing. You would never get
that's
that.
more like a not
you don't
Spanish
you don't
thing.
need to miss that. That's not even.
But you get me? Like, no, but like
Yeah.
if you speak to other people that are
Yeah.
not Hispanic, cranberry sauce is like in a very
You could do
essential
without
food
it.
item.
You could do without it.
You know? And I'm not crazy about stuffing.
No, it's not. That's not Hispanic either.
I mean, I know my aunt would make it, would try to make it. It just wasn't something that was like, so we got rice and bread, and now we got stuffing. So those are those things. So that's just crazy. Like, do you think Hispanic people just be like, we're making our own Thanksgiving food? I never had the traditional Thanksgiving food.
Well, traditional,
Well, what you see in pictures, like what we grew up.
I feel like
shit.
the food is going to be different for every nationality, but the gathering and the long table with that is, my family does it. Like we have the whole thing, the whole jazz, right? Shebang. So yeah, I think you should just start it. It'll feel good too.
What if I started? I'm the only one at the table.
That won't happen. It won't happen.
It's just me and Darius.
And plus, it takes, and you can't base off of just 1 year.
That's true.
A lot of people try something, and the first time it doesn't work, they give up. We're like, all right, we did it this year. A little bit of people. Next year, more people.
Now, you're right about that. I 100% co-sign what you say. You have to start it. Because I remember last year was the first time I introduced games to my family.
Bingo.
We always used to just drink and fucking yell at each other and scream at each other.
Yeah.
And I remember I pulled out the Monopoly.
You can be the difference.
I pulled out the Monopoly. Yo, I've never seen my family get so competitive. That's the day I learned that mi tía Zoila was cheap. I was just like, yo, she did not want to sell her properties.
You learn a lot about people from playing games with them.
I love Monopoly. Yo, shout out. We should have a Monopoly night.
Okay.
You don't like Monopoly?
No, I do, but it's gonna take forever.
That's the whole point.
Yeah.
It's the beauty of it. It's a game that's supposed to take forever because you learn. You're gonna mortgage properties, and then you're gonna get out of those mortgaging the properties.
Yeah.
That's the whole point of the game.
Anton's gonna run the bank.
That means he doesn't play.
Exactly.
Oh, damn. Why you picking on him? First of all, I want to know this. How did you meet this human?
How did I meet who?
Antoine.
Antoine?
Antoine.
He has a podcast here.
Antoine, what's your podcast?
No Nonsense Podcast. You know you can't talk to us, right?
Hey.
It's the DMX podcast. They only talk about DMX every week.
Yo, DMX. You ever saw DMX when he sang Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer?
Yeah, everybody. Yeah,
Yo, that's the best.
Yeah.
I love that. Rest in peace, DMX.
Yeah. But,
That's definitely a great
Monopoly
person.
takes long. But I'll be down, but it takes long.
It does take long, but as long as people know how to play, it's a beautiful game. I played 4 hours with one person.
That's tough.
Me and Crystal.
Yeah.
Shout out to Lola Lopez. I love her.
Yeah.
Okay, so Thanksgiving. We're getting rid of some sides. We love some sides. What about Friendsgiving?
That one I don't have. It.
No?
No. I mean, we did it last year with my close friends a little bit, but it's not really like. And actually, I went to Joe's therapy without a degree. I went to his like 2 years ago. Okay. And it was pretty cool, but. Before I didn't know how to cook, so I just bought like chips and soda. Like everybody was bringing.
Everybody drinks chips and soda, though.
Everybody drinks chips.
Everybody drinks soda. Everybody eats chips.
I brought like everybody has these trays with these exquisite food, and I'm over here with Doritos.
He went to ShopRite.
Yeah, with the ShopRite.
Okay.
But now I know how to cook, so forget about it.
But did they eat your chips though?
I don't know.
They definitely.
When you're in shame, you don't even pay attention to it. Like
they definitely drank the soda.
Probably.
Okay.
But yeah, now this year I would have done it here. I have trouble with the events though. I definitely need like an extra hand in like doing the events because the planning, the vendors, communicating with everybody, it's a lot. So I would have loved to have done all that stuff here, all that jazz. But
maybe next year you could do a Bravery Studios food drive.
I want to. I would have done it this year. It was on the agenda. But when you have a business and then you have like the side pieces of the business, podcasting is the meat and potatoes. And then like the events is like the potato salad, right? Some people like it, some people don't, but not everybody eats it. But yeah, I'm gonna get to it. It's gonna happen.
I feel like if we have a food drive, Uncle Billy will be there.
Oh yeah,
he'll pop up.
Is he your uncle or mine?
He's not my uncle.
Yeah, I don't have no
I
Uncle
call
Billy.
him Uncle Billy. Everybody calls him.
Oh, you're talking
Uncle
about the
Billy.
Godfather. Oh yeah.
He'll be there.
I don't mind him.
Godfather's cool as hell. That's the only homeless man I know that will give you $1.
If you take his dollar though, you're kind of messed up.
My uncle took it. Theo Marcos.
Theo Marcos took Uncle Billy's money.
He really did. Yeah. He's wild.
Word.
He's definitely wild.
Word.
All right, so we have a little bit time on this podcast. If you want to give any shout outs, Marv, people that you feel like, I know you said a lot of people were memorable to you, but any people that you haven't mentioned that you could think of now that you do want to give that love and shout out to?
Shout out to the Wolf Pack. Shout out to Will. Shout out to Matt. Shout out to Steve. They are a new family, a new tribe that I just built like last year, and honestly, they've made doing this business a lot more fun than when I was doing it solo.
Hey.
Like I don't know what I'd be without my Wolfpack. Will is like my therapist. Matt is like my console. And Steve is my right hand man. Like I love those brothers. They're my brothers. Like,
Why don't
for
you
real.
guys just all make a podcast together?
We try, but Will is always busy, man. It's time.
Yeah.
Will's singing around the world. Matt's massaging around the world.
Mass massages around the world.
Yeah, and Steve has a girlfriend now, so it's like
Aww, shout out to Steve.
Yeah. But shout outs. Shout out to Jason Enrique. Shout out to Squirrel Rosenberg. Shout out to Matt Zaytoon. These guys actually got me into creating again because I would only help my clients create for a lot of years.
Okay.
I was only focused on the business and only trying to help my clients succeed. But like Jason had me as a guest one time and it gave me like the itch again to create. You know what I mean? So then I went on Squirrels like a week later. Then I'm talking to Matt, and Matt's always talking about all these ideas and everything going in different directions.
It's the hair.
It's the hair.
It's the hair.
It's because he look like Tim Burton over here.
Really? He does look like Tim Burton.
Yeah.
I'm done.
Jason was like, "Yo, if
he really does."
Jason
look
was like, "Yo,
Tim
you think Matt would be mad?"
Tim Burton ass. Like, yo.
Jason was like, "You think Matt would be mad if I tell him he looks like Tim Burton?"
I don't think he would be mad, especially when freaking Matt said that Jason looked like that
Zangief.
guy. Yo, I gotta bring that clip back. When I saw that shit, I think I saw it like 4 times in a row.
He's like, "Yo, it's Jason Enrique in Street Fighter."
Yo, I'm dead.
Yeah,
that was funny. That was really funny.
Yeah, so shout out to them. They definitely gave me the itch, and I'm the happiest I've been in years doing the podcast and the morning show. And then shout out to Make Art Not Content. That's a podcast that I've fallen in love with recently. Mm-hmm. And yes, I started creating again, and it felt good. But then, like, thinking back on it, like, am I really creating art, or am I just making content? Like, and it made me question myself, which you should do, even yourself. Like, everybody who creates, because, it's a rat race now. We have to put out content on a steady basis.
Yeah.
And we have to meet our quotas.
We have to feed you.
So you know how cops have to meet quotas of like giving tickets.
Mm-hmm.
Am I just giving out tickets like on the internet? Like, am I just like meeting a quota?
Yeah.
Or am I doing it from like a spiritual, enlightened place, like artistically? And like recently, I just been like, yo, I have to find a way. Yes, I have to meet my quota for content, but I have to make it artistic as well. And that podcast definitely enlightened me like recently a lot.
I have to look in there.
Yeah, you should definitely check it out.
Definitely
Check it out. And it's short episodes. They're like 10 minutes. Like you could listen to it, and every episode is they got an episode on Freda or just anybody.
Frida?
Yeah, like you'll love it. You actually would love that
I've been
podcast.
to Frida's house.
You live
in
there?
Mexico. Not live there. I went to her blue house in Mexico.
Yeah.
I visited it. I'm
She's
a big
dope.
Frida fan.
She's dope. She got in a car accident and
Bus accident.
in a bus accident,
Yeah.
and they were like, you would never be able to draw again. And then she started drawing with her feet.
Drawing her feet, drawing herself. That's also what
Yeah.
other people don't understand. Is
Drawing
like,
herself with
why
her
is she drawing
feet.
herself? Because that's the only thing she had to look at. She would look at a mirror and create art. That's all she had.
Gorgeous, right?
Beautiful.
Like, yo,
Love that.
there's that's art. You see, that's
really
like that's not like a
is.
quota. It's not like a content thing. Like I gotta do my weekly episode.
That whole thing, even like her communist husband that she was married to.
Yeah.
Like I saw his mural in Mexico City, where he drew like the phases of Mexico from like the Aztecs and when the Spaniards came. And
Yeah.
I love art. I'm a sucker for that shit. I could like I want to melt into the painting. Like I love anything like that. So I have an idea for you. Not an idea, but I guess one last question before we end the show.
Well, let me shout out some other people before we go
I'm
to the
sorry.
questions. Hold that question. Don't forget it though.
Yeah,
But
I'm
shout
not.
out to you
Oh,
having me on.
of course.
I feel like when I saw you start the podcast, I was like, damn,
What the fuck?
No. When I started this business, one of the people that in my head I thought, yo, who would be perfect for this? And I always used to be like, yo, Mina would hit a home. She'd be the Babe Ruth of this jazz, right? For sure. Like for sure. And
Slappy guy eating salami sandwiches, getting drunk. That's who I am. That's what Babe Ruth is.
no.
Yes, he did.
No, I'm not saying you're wrong, but that's not.
No,
what
I'm being
thought.
jokester.
I
I'm just
know,
saying
I
because that's
know.
what I think of Babe Ruth. He was hitting home runs.
I mean, how
but
you
he
feel
was-
like the sloppy guy eating salami sandwiches
I
sometimes?
do love salami sandwiches, but I'm not a
So then,
sloppy guy.
so then be a sloppy guy if you have to. Yo, you could be whatever you want. Jazz, Mina, you could be whatever the Jazz you want to be.
Yeah.
Like you are destined for great things.
Thank
you could
you.
do it. You could do it.
Thank you.
And like I said, I started this. I was like the person who be perfect for this of everyone I know my whole life, who talks the most and who laughs at almost anything. Yeah, definitely.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
I appreciate that. That's lovely.
Absolutely.
Yeah, this is the Friendsgiving moment right here.
Yeah, word.
So
And,
I have a question. What? Any more shout outs, my love?
No, that's it. Go for it.
I have a question for you. If you could create your own anime, you being so in love with the anime culture, especially like those were your 5 cartoons.
Yeah.
What type of anime would you make? Would you make a Dominican anime?
I forgot what I heard the other day. But
That would
somebody
be
was
sick.
telling me
Dominican anime.
No, I wouldn't make a Dominican anime because I didn't grow up in the Dominican Republic, and I am only like now starting to like embrace my culture. Not that I didn't like it before, but you know, you grow up in America, you have like a 6 degrees of separation thing with it, right? I don't know if you feel like that with your culture too, but
Yeah.
there's a little bit like when you go to DR and it's like, oh, he's American, you know.
I get that.
But
I get that more with like my Colombian side and also Peruvian side because it's like we don't really speak like them.
Bingo.
We speak Spanish, but we don't have the accent.
Yeah, they hear
at
you
all.
with the stripped accent, and they're like, "This guy's American over here." But if I was to make an anime, I tell you what, Matt Zaytoon would be the villain.
I'm dead.
100%.
Would he have hair?
But he'd be like a villain that like, you know, you defeat him, and he's like, I'll be back next week, and like, all right, see, it's it'll be like a job, like a 9 to 5.
Have the anime
Yeah.
about Patterson and all. I hate using
Alexander
that word.
Hamilton will be the final boss then, right?
I just think of like, can you
You know
take
how he died? You
How?
know how he died?
how?
You didn't ever heard how Alexander Hamilton died?
No.
So this is the guy that founded our city where we grew up. Like,
Yeah.
you know, all the mills and all that stuff.
That's the statue in City Hall.
In the falls, but yeah.
Yeah.
So he was the visionary that said, yo, we could use the waterfalls to make electricity and power the entire city with it.
Oh.
That was him. That's why he built the city there. He got the money from William Patterson because he was like, yo, I'm going to name the city
We're gonna
after
make a school.
I'm gonna name the city and the school after you. Just give me the money.
Yeah.
So William Patterson gave him the money, and then, I think it was either the guy was talking to his wife or he was talking to. Yo, correct me if I'm wrong. Who was talking to whose wife, Matt? Prototype Matt. He was talking to the other guy's wife, Alexander Hamilton.
Yes, queen, yes, queen, yes, queen.
Maybe he said that. But either way, one of them was talking to the other guy's wife.
Yeah.
And then back in the day, you could challenge people to a duel, like in the street, and it'll be legal. You can kill them in a duel, and it's legal.
I don't know if we could bring it back.
Yeah, it's too much. You watch the replay. Give me an extra view on the counter.
Yeah, I'm dead.
But so he was like, let's duel. Bingo. So they have a duel. You know, you put your back to back. You walk with the gun, and
Yeah.
you turn around and you shoot. So he turned around, and he put his gun towards the sky. Like, meaning, like, either he wanted to die, or maybe he was just being stupid and wanted to go, like Smash Bros. Like, I don't know. But the guy turned around, I was like, boom, you're dead. And he killed him.
Yeah, I was trying to reenact it. Like, if he what? Yeah, that was dumb.
Maybe, I don't know. But yeah, that's the guy who created where we're from.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
You know that Patterson was going to be the capital of New Jersey, right?
Yeah, I've heard that. I can't find any facts on that anywhere.
No, it
I
was.
researched it, but I couldn't find any real
They
facts
took
on
it
that.
away. They took it because think about it. Look how
They're like, yo, Mina's gonna be there. Like, nah, chill.
yo, chill. But no, seriously, it was because everybody talks shit about Patterson. But I was like, let me tell you, Patterson's a huge fucking.
It's the
city.
first industrial city of
Silk
America.
City.
Yeah, like
There's a reason why they say that.
yeah, because
Industrial, all
yeah.
that shit goes down, and it's just like I feel like, shout out to Patterson also.
Yeah,
Shout out to
Patterson.
Garfield. Shout out to Patterson. So can you make an anime about Patterson?
Well,
and
Alexander
create all
Hamilton,
the
yeah.
famous homeless people into like superheroes?
Yeah.
That would
Bucket
be
Man would be a
sick.
big one. Bucket Man would be a big one.
Yo, for real, the one that's saying, yo, El Mundo.
El Mundo.
El Mundo. Yo, where do you think he's at? Yo, hopefully, knock on wood.
I haven't seen him in years.
He's hopefully alive.
I haven't seen him in years.
But I remember Bucket Man.
Yeah, Bucket Man's famous.
I remember Bucket Man.
He took off his hat one time, and he was like, and I was like, bro, I already got a hat.
Yo, I'm dead. I already got a hat.
I was in high school. I was a jerk. But
Oh,
yeah,
my God.
He was asking for money, and I was like, I already got a hat, bro. Chill.
That's crazy. I'm going to check the check-in one more time. We're going to give these little quick shout-outs for everybody that, checked in with us. So everybody that's been in the check-in with us, supporting us. Shout out to Jason Enrique. He came out here with the spicy mayo. Shout out to Erica, Captain Mantis, Jade and Erica, Queer Sipping Beers. Love you guys. Shout out to Amanda, best friend Amanda, Santa Squad. Yo, where Vegan Wine at, though?
It's Sunday. He's probably like in his bat cave.
Yo, he's in his back cave.
Vegan cave.
Vegan cave. Shout out to Nadine, Cloud9, Will. I feel like this episode was definitely cool. Definitely cool. Definitely cozy. I'm glad that I could do a Friendsgiving episode for you because honestly, when I think of my friends, I'm like, holy shit. Like friends that I'm still friends to this day. You're my oldest friend. You're really my oldest friend. I don't have friends anymore from
you don't have 33-year-old friends?
I have Amanda, but me and Amanda met when we were like 16.
Oh.
I knew you since I was like 10, 11. I don't really have like older friends. Like I think of that era, like, yeah, I know them from Catholic school, but can I still say that we're still like having a conversation like this?
Yeah.
No. Are we friends on Instagram? Yeah. But like, shout out to you guys too. But like, this is dope. Like, I like that this was the Friendsgiving episode. This is super special. So thank you for being my guest. That's awesome.
Thank you for having me as a guest.
Love that. Love that. And also, I hope you guys enjoyed the episode too. And one thing I do want to say is like Friendsgiving, Thanksgiving, whatever you do celebrate this week, please drink responsibly. This is actually the week for the most DWIs, most arrests, and just most car accidents. That's actually something I did notice. And, it's because people are happy, people are visiting. So please have a safe Thanksgiving. I will not be airing on Thursday. This is why we're doing this special episode today. So I just want everybody to have a beautiful Thanksgiving. Have that sit-down table for me that I don't have, and which I will start.
Yeah, start it.
Which I will start.
Yeah, start it.
And I just hope that you guys get all the food. For Christmas, get Marv a bottle of mayo. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. I'm playing.
You know what she just started, right?
Best mayo in the world.
Yeah, imagine what she just started.
I'm dead. Bad mayo. Sent to Bravery Studios. And I just hope that you guys enjoyed the episode. I enjoyed myself. How you feeling, Marv?
Feeling Mondo Righteous.
Mondo Righteous.
One more shout out, though. Shout out to everybody that records here at Bravery Studios. It is Girls, Goodfellas, No Nonsense, Free Gems, Mina Mendoza Show. Shout out to the whole Bravery family.
That part.
Love you all.
That part. And honestly, this is where we conclude the show. I love you guys. Marv, thank you again for being my guest. Thank you, everybody who's been watching. Good vibes. Happy Sunday. Tomorrow, start fresh into the week. And, catch me next week, Thursday, 7 o'clock p.m. I'll be here, Bravery Studios. So it's your girl, Mina Mendoza, little girl, big personality, queen of spice.